played one, 6-5 the final. Ducks over the Blue Crab. Rob Griswold getting his 4th victory. Daniel Barnes getting the save. Chris Strayer gets the loss. York and Lancaster, it was a rain-delayed start. They got started about 2 hours late, but the Barnstormers come away with the victory. Now are the only team in the second half above 500 in the North Division. 5-2 the final over the Revs. Donald Goodson the win. Edward Paredes the loss. Scott Schumann his 11th save. West Virginia continues its hot start in the second half. Now 5-1 after a 6-3 victory over Gastonia. Eric Sekula the win. Alcice Herrera the loss. And Mike Broadway gets his 3rd save of the year. Daryl Thompson gets the ball in game 1 of 2 for the Blue Crabs against the Long Island Ducks. 2-0 to score in the top of the 4th inning from Central Islip, New York. Game 2 scheduled to get underway 30 minutes after the completion of the 7 innings in game 1. Lancaster and York once again delayed start due to rain. They're trying to get underway and fight through. It's been a rainy week all around southeastern Pennsylvania. West Virginia and Gastonia just underway. Alexis Candelario goes for West Virginia against his old team. Austin Gorius gets the ball for the Honey Hunters.
Not a whole lot to tell you about in terms of player transactions this week, today. The York Revolution have added a reliever, Alec Hernandez, who last pitched in 2019 for the Lynn Fighting Knights of the Sunshine State Conference down in Florida. He was a reliever. He's appeared in 66 career games in college with a career ERA of 5.81. Otherwise, the High Point Rockers inactivated Stuart Levy today, and you know what that means. Albert Gonzalez has been returned to the active roster. He'll be handling double duty today, bullpen coach and the backup catcher for the Rockers. And that's all as far as transactions around the Atlantic League. We'll step aside. When we come back, it's time to take a look at tonight's starting lineups on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto. Welcome back into the Sweet Old Bills pregame show on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto. Time to take a look at tonight's starting lineups built by Culp. First off, for the visiting Lexington Legends, leading off at second base tonight, Ben Aklinski. Roberto Baldacchini, the shortstop, batting second. Tillman Pugh in center field will bat third, and the designated hitter, Courtney Hawkins, batting fourth. Michael Choice in right field tonight hits fifth. Omar Artson in left field bats sixth. Jake Romansky, the catcher, will bat in the seventh spot. Sam Claycamp at first base, batting eighth. And batting ninth at third base, Chris Fernacci.
My player to watch today could be the guy at the top in Ben Aklinski from the right side. A 13-game hit streak, 6 extra base hits, and he's batting .377 over the span. He's gone from someone that a lot of people didn't really quite know how good he would be this year, to the man in the top of this Lexington order.
The guy that I'm going to go with in the number 5 spot tonight is Michael Choice. Everybody was kind of not sure what the Lexington could expect from him, what kind of production they would get, and I'd say his debut last night as a Lexington legend was pretty solid. 1 for 4, a double and an RBI, played serviceable in right field as well, and at the end of the day, I think he proved why he was a once top prospect of the Texas Rangers organization. The guy can still play, and we saw quite a bit of that last night. For the High Point Rockers, leading off in center field is Johnny Field. Michael Martinez at third base tonight, batting second. Steven Cardulo in left field will bat third. Jerry Downs, the first baseman, batting cleanup. Giovanni Alfonso, the shortstop, batting fifth. Batting sixth is the designated hitter, James McOwen. Jay Gonzalez in right field will bat seventh. Michael Galino, the catcher, bats eighth. And J.R.D. Sarcina, the second baseman, hits ninth.
My guy to watch, the 2-hole Michael Martinez has come in and has just had a real hot start. 8 for 17 on the year, 3 runs batted in, is 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position, an all-important number the last couple of weeks for the Rockers. And also, he's played 4 games. 2 of the 4 have been multi-hit games, with one of them being a 4-hit game.
Well, that's the guy that I was going to go with as well, but I'm going to follow it up with James McOwen as well. 2 for 4 with an RBI yesterday and really squared up a lot of baseballs. James McOwen is a guy who's on the verge of breaking out, and we could see a extra base hit spree, maybe like the one that Stuart Levy was on at the end of June, before too long from McOwen. Starting pitching matchup tonight, Mitch Atkins, 1-0, 2.57 earned run average, taking the ball for the Rockers. And for Lexington, it's Eli Garcia, who's 2-0, with a 7.08 earned run average tonight. And I think the big thing for Mitch Atkins, A, is keep the ball in the yard, gave up a couple of home runs in his last start, and B, is a guy who has made 4 starts this year, he's walked 1 batter.
And that's the important thing for Atkins. Find the zone, keep it in the zone. The pitch that got him in trouble, it's the same pitch that got Bryce Hensley in trouble yesterday. It's that fastball high in the zone. He's got to keep it down, because this is the Lexington lineup that can hunt power early. Keep it down low, keep everything at the knee. Even if you get a couple of walks, that's okay. Just keep it low.
On the other side of things, you look at Eli Garcia as a guy who's not particularly, he's not played a whole lot as far as professional baseball goes. He's been roughed up this year, and the big thing for him, like has been a lot of the Atlantic League, is the walks this year. He's walked 15 in 20 innings and kind of gets singled to death. He's only given up 2 home runs, but still opponents hitting .309 off of him. So if the Rockers can kind of go back to the offense that we saw from them last week, then they're in good shape for today.
I think they definitely are. The Rockers are a team. It seems that they're hot and cold on offense some days. Some days are the days where they'll pound out 18 hits. The pitching takes a shutout into the 9th, and it's a lot of fun, we saw on Sunday. Other nights, it's like last night, where the pitching is good, not great, and the bats just can't come up in the big situations. It's a team that just needs consistency at the end of the day, and when they get that consistency, that's where you're going to see the real big improvement and the wins low in the standings.
Last thing before we go to break, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you to put on your manager's cap here for a moment. Close game late in the ball game. Jamie Keefe said in the pregame interview he doesn't really know what the back of the bullpen looks like. If you're Jamie Keefe, how do you put it together?
Based on who was used yesterday, I think the guy you have to go to is Kyle Halbon in that situation. Get him back on the horse. Had a rough appearance last time out against Long Island. You used John Hayes yesterday, who would be another option out of the back of the pen. But I think John Hayes has given himself the opportunity. Hasn't allowed an earned run since the 13th of July. Had about 2 weeks off to collect himself. And ever since then, he's been fantastic. He's only walked 2, has allowed 1 hit, no runs. That puts you on a great track to give the ball and have the trust of your manager in late game situations.
Interestingly, John Hayes does not have but 2 professional saves. Those recorded with West Michigan in 2018, saved 10 for Wichita State in 2015 and 2016. I agree with you. I think Kyle Halbon kind of has the inside track. He saved 14 for the Chicago Dogs back in 2019, but I think eventually as well, we've got to keep an eye on some of the new guys. I was impressed with Crawford, what we've seen from him at times, and Neil Uscali is currently proven to be a jack of all trades, could go multiple innings. I think his stuff plays late in the ball game as well, and he could be a guy that maybe doesn't have one set role, but can fill whatever they need on a given night. Well, that'll do it for the Sweet Old Bills pregame show. We'll step aside. When we come back, it's the Rockers, it's the Legends, and it's next on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and those who protect her. The singing of the Star Spangled Banner performed tonight by Steve Brzezinski.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, Roger Station, I am with my friends Lila and Carson, and they are going to tell us the two most important words in baseball, which are baseball.
Well, it may be overcast this evening in High Point, North Carolina, but the hopes and what may be in tonight's ball game, the opportunities are not going to be diminished. Good evening, everyone. Kendrick Fruits, David Blake here with you on a Wednesday night. Mitch Atkins on the mound for the High Point Rockers, and the lineup he'll be facing for Lexington is as follows: Aklinski, Baldachin, Pugh, Hawkins, Choice, Artson, Romansky, Claycamp, and Fernacci. And while I talk about expectations and opportunities tonight, Javik, that's because when Mitch Atkins is on the mound, anytime he pitches, you're in the ball game, and not only do you have a chance to win, you have a chance to see something amazing.
Well, for Atkins, the big thing tonight is going to be length. Missed his last start, was scratched on Saturday due to back soreness, and how that bat comes into play today is going to be really interesting to see. Mitch is an over-the-top kind of guy. There's a lot of flexing on that back, especially that lower back, as he comes over to the plate. The big thing is if he's okay, if he's healthy, he can get a lot of downward movement on those pitches.
Atkins gets the sign, fires. First pitch popped up into shallow center field. We're underway as Johnny Fields settles under it and makes the catch, out number one. Well, one pitch, one out. As Jamie Keefe said, he's on pace for about 80 pitches tonight, so that's a good start.
First pitch time, 7:03. The weather's 79 degrees, partly cloudy, wind blowing ever so slightly out to left center at 4 miles an hour. First pitch time and weather, as always, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. ODFL, helping the world keep promises.
Brings up Roberto Baldacchini, who was 1 for 5 with an RBI yesterday. Atkins deals. There's one at the knees, called a strike. Home plate umpire tonight, Mario Rosas. Owen Ballard the 4th at first base, and yesterday's home plate umpire, Mike Williams, down the third base line. Atkins fires a fastball. This one just a hair in, and they count 1 ball, 1 strike. Baldacchini at 369, 7 home runs, 50 RBIs. Both of those are already career highs for the former Los Angeles Angels prospect. Atkins gets the sign from Galino. The right-hander deals the 1-1, swung on, and again popped up into center field, and it's almost identical location to the first one, maybe in a slight bit more. Johnny Field puts it away. That's out number 2. Well, you've met Johnny Field twice now. Let's set the rest of the Rockers defense.
Steven Cardulo is in left, Johnny Field in center, Jay Gonzalez in right, third to first around the infield. Michael Martinez, Giovanni Alfonso, JRD Sarcina, Jerry Downs, and Mike Galino.
Well, that's one of the good things about having a Michael Martinez on your team. Not only is he a switch hitter at the plate, but he's a guy that can play multiple infield positions and allows you to mix things up a little bit. As that pitch down low, count 1-0. Not only could you spell a guy in the infield, but you can also use Cardulo in the outfield then. And with him and Gonzalez in the corners, you give both McOwen and Jared Mitchell a day off. Those are the guys that lead the Rockers in games played this year. That pitch a strike at the knees. Those guys probably could use a day too. McOwen, of course, the designated hitter today, but Mitchell completely off. Fastball down low, 1-1. Galino flashes the signs. Atkins kicks and fires. Here comes the 1-1, just below the knees, and the count 2-1. And because of Atkins being scratched from his last start, this is his first time in game action with the 1 foot more on the pitching distance. He is the last Rockers starter to give it a go from 61 feet 6 inches. That one swung on, popped up out of play, count 2-2. Atkins' last start was last Sunday against West Virginia, which was, of course, the last game the Rockers played at 60 foot 6 inches, and then was scratched from this past Saturday's start, so this is his first try at it. Turning around is Tillman Pughes, looking back towards the dugout. I'm not sure what's going on. I think they're checking the count. And the home plate umpire says the count is 3-2. That was the confusion. Tillman Pugh wasn't sure what the count was. Here comes the 3-2. This one inside, ball 4, and it is a 2-out walk, and that will bring up Courtney Hawkins, the designated hitter. Hawkins had himself a solid day yesterday, 2 for 2 with a couple of doubles. He's brought his average up to 306. He's hit 12 home runs, and he's driven in 31. It's just the second walk that Mitch Atkins has allowed this year. Now, don't get me wrong, that's an impressive number, however you slice it, but also don't forget he has not been here for a while. He went to Mexico. Was that pitch? Not a pitch, rather, I'm sorry. Check over to first base on a pickoff attempt, but back in as Pugh. First pitch to Hawkins, fouled off. Count 0-1. I almost wonder, now, I understand it may be hard to do with Courtney Hawkins behind you, but now that they've moved Tillman Pugh from the number 9 spot up to the number 3 spot, I almost wonder if that gives him the opportunity to run some more. He's stolen 9 bases this year. Twice in his pro career, he's stolen 50. As Hawkins swings and lofts a foul ball up out of play, the count 0-2. can certainly see this being an opportunity where maybe they jumpstart the offense a little bit by moving Pugh up in the lineup as they have, but then allowing him to run a little bit more on the bases. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. And how about that for Mitch Atkins, a 1-2 walk strikeout inning for Atkins, and we go to the bottom of the first. No score on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
The Rocking Horse. Here he comes, round to the warning track with his best win, shame, and grace. Put your hands together and cheer them on as they make their way around the field. For all of your farm equipment needs, be sure to visit St. Farm Equipment in Lexington, North Carolina. Rockers fans, make some noise for hype. Nestled in the center of downtown Highball, the Palace Club overlooks the majestic ball game for Church Point. With an ever-growing skyline as its backdrop, this dynamic space serves as a perfect representation of the city's vision to pursue new heights. We invite you to set your sights on the horizons and lay ahead, from weddings to corporate events, birthday parties, and more. With on-site catering provided and the highest attention to detail, we look forward to working with you to ensure your vision becomes reality.
Bottom of the first inning, no score. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto. The lineup for the Rockers: Johnny Field, Michael Martinez, Stephen Cardulo, Jerry Downs, Giovanni Alfonso, James McGowan, Jay Gonzalez, Michael Galino, J.R.D. Sarcina. They'll be facing Eli Garcia on the mound. 2-0, 7.08 ERA. 15 walks, 10 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .309 against him in 20 innings pitched.
The Rockers center fielder, Johnny Field.
Brings up Johnny Field, the center fielder, hitting at .278, 4 home runs, 23 knocked in. Field stepping in from that right-handed box. The Rockers saw Garcia last week and looked solid. 2 runs in 6 innings, walked 5, struck out 4. That pitch a strike to Johnny Field, count 0-1. It's kind of one of those games where it'd be too easy to take Garcia for granted and say, oh, we should have a big day against him, because I thought that last week, and he threw a solid ball game against High Point. Off-speed pitch, breaks in for a strike, 0-2 to Field.
He's someone who is a lot like Henry Owens. Will walk a lot of guys, but knows how to work around him. ERA's a little misleading because he's only thrown 20 in the 3rd innings pitched. But he's looked good.
He kicks and fires the 0-2. Like a slider down and away. They're going to check down to first base, and Owen Ballard says that Field did not go around. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Comes the 1-2. Field swings, pops this one up in the infield. Clay Camp, the first baseman, calling for it, puts it away. And that is out number 1, and we will set the Lexington defense.
Outfield left to right, Omar Artson, Tillman Pugh, and in right field in his 2nd game with the Legends, Michael Choice after a big RBI double last night. Chris Fornacci at 3rd, Roberto Baldacchini at 2nd, Ben Aklinski, check that, Baldacchini at short, Aklinski at 2nd, Clay Camp at 1st, Romanski behind home plate.
Brings up Michael Martinez, had himself a nice day yesterday. 2 for 5, a double, and 2 batted in. Pops the first one up in the infield. The shortstop Baldacchini drifting a little to his right, puts it away, out number 2.
Next up for High Point left fielders.
Got to bring up Stephen Cardulo. Well, there have been 5 balls put in play. All of them were either pop-outs or fly-outs so far. 4 balls put in play, rather, 5 outs. Only ball not put in play on a fly-out or pop-out was the Courtney Hawkins strikeout. Brings up Steven Cardulo, was 0 for 3 yesterday, and pops this one up behind the plate. The catcher, Romansky, going back. It goes out of play and cracks down hard overhead on the roof. And the count 0-1. Cardulo gets another opportunity. Well, the threat of rain here tonight continues to be to our north and to our south and a little to our west, but I'll say every time we look at the radar, it looks like it's getting better. 0-1, swing and a miss. Cardulo chased one a little down out of the zone, and the count 0-2. Fastball way up high. Cardulo had to back out of the way of that one. It's now a ball and 2 strikes. Lexington already with 1 base runner today. The Rockers looking for their first. Here's the pitch, swung on, poked into center field, racing over Tillman Pugh, flags it down on the run. That's the final out of the inning. Eli Garcia sends down the Rockers 1-2-3 in the first, and we roll on to the top of the second. No score. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Hey, Rockers Nation, turn your attention to the Jumbotron and watch one special fan answer the Blue Ridge trivia question of the night. We need your help cheering them on as they put their knowledge to the test. Let's throw down to Shaylin and meet our contestant.
Okay, Rockers Nation, I am with my friend Eli. We're going to be playing a fun game of trivia. He has 20 seconds to name as many ice cream types as possible. Okay, ready? Start naming. Chocolate, vanilla, milky, soda, cookie dough, wild cherry, cookies and cream, Lucky Road, loose grass. That was very good. Okay, let's see how you compare to Michael Russell, our Rockers player, all right?
Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, cookies and cream, cookies supreme. That's flavor. Mint chocolate chip, vanilla frosting, peanut batter.
All right, you got 9, so you win. Very good job. Let's hear it for us.
Top of the second inning. We're still scoreless here at Truist Point as they're just finishing up a fun little competition. Had a young fan name as many ice cream flavors as they could in, what, 20 seconds, 30 seconds? And Michael Russell do the same. And Michael Russell came out of this the loser. And it's not very often we say that about Michael.
It was 9-8, had a couple of interesting choices. Was put on the spot. Vanilla frosting, cake batter. Couple of interesting choices.
I've heard of like birthday cake ice cream, but vanilla frosting got me.
Vanilla frosting. Anything can be ice cream. You put a spoon in it, it's dessert time. Think about it. Put it in the fridge for a bit.
Michael Choice leading off here in the second inning. First pitch from Mitch Atkins inside, ball 1. It'll be Choice, Artson, and Romansky. Swing and a miss. Count is 1-1. Just add cream and sugar, right? If I take a pack of baked beans, add cream and sugar, put it in the freezer, that's ice cream.
Well, no, but it's clear you've never had a night where you've wanted to just break out the vanilla wafers and frosting.
That sounds pretty good, actually, not going to lie. A hot shot just past the dive of Alfonso into left field. A base hit for Michael Choice, first hit of the game for either side. I'm going to bring up Omar Artson. This gives me an opportunity to correct an error that I made back in the first inning. I was talking about the speed of Tillman Pugh, and as it turns out, it's not Tillman Pugh who has that speed. It's the man Omar Artson at the plate, who has twice stolen 50-plus bases in the Pecos League. Check over to first base, and leaping back in is Michael Choice. Another quick check over to first base, and again, he's back in standing. He's not getting enough of a lead over their Choice that he's got to come down or dive or slide to get back in. He's starting to get out to the edge of the indention where the infield grass part is. Here's a bunt down the third baseline. It's going to roll foul. Michael Galino instructing Michael Martinez to let it roll, which he does. The count 0-1. That was a smart decision by Galino as well. That ball was, at least at the beginning, right on top of the line. Tough thing, though, for the Rockers against Omar Artson. He lays down a bunt, even with the intention of it being a sacrifice, but with his speed, could still beat it out. Atkins gets the sign, comes set, ready to deliver the 0-1 here to Artson. Not showing bunt this time, swings and misses, and the count 0-2. And again, Atkins is only going to go about 80 pitches or so. So for me, I think 5-6 innings is probably about what they would expect from him. Another check over to first base on Michael Choice, and again, he's back in standing. And here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. We just got a little piece of it, but into the mitt of Galino. Strike 3. That is the second strikeout for Mitch Atkins. That's out number 1 in the second inning, and that brings up Jake Romanski. Now, Michael Choice at first base stole 1 base in the major leagues. Not a whole lot of running. He was more billed as a power guy, as he twice hit 30 home runs in a season. Fastball called strike to Romanski. His career high, single season high in steals back in 2019 was 7. And that was in the Mexican League. Atkins comes set from the first base side of the rubber, deals. That one down low. And the count 1-1. Well, it's already been a better start today in the sense that there was not a home run on the first pitch of the ball game and didn't put Mitch Atkins in the hole from the very beginning. The 1-1 fouled off behind the plate, 0-2. And that's not a dig at Bryce Hensley at all. I say that more in the sense of if you got to the ballpark a couple minutes late today, you didn't miss anything, unlike yesterday. One out here in the top of the second. Choice the runner at first. Atkins comes set, and here comes the 1-2. Off speed, swing and a tip into the glove of Galino. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mitch Atkins. And his last start, we said he looked close to being like what we expected from Mitch Atkins tonight. I think we're there, if not even closer.
He's really used that slider today. That's been the most important thing, is run it off the plate. Just keeps getting swings and misses.
The batter now is Sam Claycamp, who went 0 for 4 yesterday, dropping his season average to 167. Pops the first pitch up a mile high left side of the infield. Going out is Alfonso and puts it away. 5-10 feet into the outfield. Final out of the inning. So after a leadoff single by Michael Choice, Mitch Atkins comes in and retires the next 3 Legends. And we go down to the bottom of inning number 2, still scoreless on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Fans, you can listen to all 2021 High Point Rockers home games and road games on Mix LR. Download the free Mix LR app on your smartphone and search High Point Rockers Baseball. Or follow the Rockers on social media for a link to the broadcast on game day. Discover the taste of the High Point Rockers official kitchen. Come join us for lunch every Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2. Follow us on Instagram at the Kitchen for weekly updates on food and drink specials. And check out our unique dining experience overlooking our Truist Point Stadium as we offer delicious food and a great time.
Bottom of inning number 2. We're still scoreless here between the Rockers and the Legends. Rockers went down 1-2-3 in the first. It'll be Jerry Downs, Giovanni Alfonso, and James McGowan, the next 3 hitters for High Point. Well, Javik, this afternoon as we approached game time, we were watching the storm come in, or what looked like storm clouds, and the front of that line has literally just sat just off of right field of our ballpark for probably an hour at this point, and it just feels like we're still staring at the front of the system, but nothing's happened as that pitch a strike to Downs.
That's what the radar said it was going to do. It was going to creep up ever so slightly towards High Point and then just kind of stop. That's what it's pretty much done.
That pitch down low in the count 1-1. There are beautiful blue skies to our right, and there is dark gray clouds up ahead and to our left. That's kind of the viewpoint, how it's been almost the last hour or so. The 1-1 swing and a miss. Downs chasing the high off-speed pitch. Might have tipped it into the glove a little bit, but the count 1-2. High Point still looking for their first hit. Here comes the 1-2 and a high fastball from Garcia. Looks like might have got away from him just a little bit. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. The right-hander Garcia kicks and fires. Fastball. Downs fouls it straight back, stays alive. Count remains 2-2. Well, it's white uniforms versus gray uniforms today. The Rockers in white pants, white jerseys with the blue numbering on the back. Lexington, gray pants, gray jerseys. Legends in cursive on the front. And the blue number, green numbering on the back. Maybe a navy blue. It's hard to tell from here. Here's the 2-2. Down swings, lines this one into right field. It gets down a base hit. Choice picks it up, throws it in, but Jerry Downs has the first base hit of the ball game for the Rockers. And the way he swung the bat the last week or so really shouldn't come as a surprise. Brings up Giovanni Alfonso, the shortstop. Alfonso hitting at .283. He's driven in 31 this year. And Garcia deals first pitch fastball up high. And the count 1-0. Comes the 1-0 fastball. Alfonso swings, lines this into center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Jerry Downs, a big turn around second. The throw comes back into second, but he's back in safely. And back-to-back singles to lead off the inning for the Rockers. And looks like they're setting themselves up to at least have another opportunity here this inning.
That's the way they've done things this past week or so. Not really a home run hitting team. They hit a lot of doubles and a lot of singles. That's kind of what they do. Bloop you with 1,000 singles and little bleeders to the outfield. That's what gets you.
Here's James McOwen, who just missed a home run foul yesterday. Would have been a grand slam as that first pitch up and away, 1-0. McOwen hitting a .259, 4 home runs, 36 batted in. Stands in that left-handed box, waiting for the 1-0 from Garcia. Here it comes. And again, it's up high, count 2-0. Lights are on here at Truist Point as the wind continues to blow out towards left field. Neither Rockers base runner being held on. Off-speed pitch fouled off down the first base side, 2-1. Jay Gonzalez waiting on deck. Back-to-back left-handed hitters for High Point in the 6 and 7 spots in the lineup. With the switch hitter Michael Martinez today, 4 left-handers in this starting lineup. Check swing foul, and the count is now 2-2. Memory serves me correctly, that's about the highest number of left-handed hitters we've had in the lineup this year.
That's something the Rockers have kind of been missing. Those left-handed guys down in the order. Jamie Keefe's able to kind of sprinkle them throughout too. Kind of breaks up the righty thing we've seen a lot this year.
It's a situation that the Legends have run into right now. Is that off-speed pitch down and in, count full to McOwen. Right now, Lexington does not have a single left-handed hitter on their active roster.
They traded their big 2 away. Keon Barnum was the big one.
Yeah. Was Cole Sturgeon the other one? No, Sturgeon was right-handed. Here comes the 3-2. McOwen swings, fouls it off. And the count's still full. Now, the reason I said on their active roster, their hitting coach, Ben Revere, is a left-handed hitter. We saw him last week, but he's not played this week. A 3-2 swing and a miss late on the fastball, strike 3. That is out number 1, strikeout number 1 tonight for Garcia, and that brings up Jay Gonzalez. Gonzalez, 1 for 4 with a couple RBIs yesterday. Jamie Keefe was talking about Gonzalez maybe having the green light to bunt. If he laid one down the third baseline here, as he takes a strike at the knees. If he laid one down the third baseline here, I think everybody could beat it out. At least Downs and Alfonso could.
No one's expecting it, that's for sure.
That pitch outside, the count 1-1. Well, the bad thing is now that Jamie Keefe said that he might start to do it a little bit more than Gonzalez is here, that's the problem, is now I expect it every time he comes up. Here comes the 1-1. He swings and hits a slow roller towards first. Claycamp picks it up, throws to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. Baldachin to third. Check that, Downs to third. Gonzalez to first, but Giovanni Alfonso is retired at second. So 2 outs for Mike Galino and runners at the corners. Galino hitting a .207, a home run, 7 batted in, did not play yesterday. He's got a big opportunity here to put the Rockers on the board first. Garcia kicks and fires, first pitch fastball inside. Well, the fastball is the weapon of choice for Eli Garcia on first pitches today. You can about put your money on that being what you would see first as the hitter. Here comes the 1-0. And it's another fastball down. Now 2 balls, no strikes. For Garcia, talked about the walks being a little high for him this year, but has yet to put anybody on that way yet. The 2-0, that's down low. Now 3 balls and a strike, and he's 1 bad one away from loading up the bases with his first free pass of the evening. Downs takes his lead off of third, and Garcia, or check that, Gonzalez off of first. He is being held on. Here comes a 3-0 fastball. Taking all the way is Galino. And the count 3-1. Runner goes to second. That pitch down low, ball 4. Gonzalez slid into second, not knowing it was ball 4. But it is a walk to Galino. The bases are loaded, and that brings up J.R. DiSarcina. DiSarcina on the year hitting at .232. 3 home runs, 19 batted in. He's at .258 with runners in scoring position. Here comes the first pitch to DiSarcina. Kind of froze him on that pitch, strike 1. It looked as if he wanted to swing, and then his hands kind of locked up a little bit. And the count 0-1. Garcia deals down low, swing and a miss. DiSarcina chases a pitch down in the dirt, count 0-2. Well, Eli Garcia is not a big guy, listed at 6 foot, 175 pounds, but sure feels like he puts an awful lot of effort into those pitches.
He's slinging an above average fastball, about 92 miles an hour.
DiSarcina stays alive by fouling off an 0-2 pitch back to the screen. Count stays 0-2. The Atlantic League, hitting 90 is usually a pretty big deal. You don't see a whole lot of that.
Average fastball in the league, just about 90 miles an hour, 89.5.
The 0-2 up and in. Backs DiSarcina off, and the count 1-2. Downs, Gonzalez, and Galino, the 3 base runners. Here's the 1-2. DiSarcina swings, line drive into right field, but almost right at Michael Choice. Hardly had to move, and Rockers load the bases and cannot score. We go to the 3rd inning of play, still scoreless on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
All right, Rockers fans, it's time to dance for WKZL 107.5 Dance Camp. Let's see some skills out there.
Top of the third inning, still scoreless here at Truist Point. Kendrick Fruits, Javik Blake here with you on a Wednesday evening at Truist Point. Rockers and Legends meeting for the second time this week. Lexington won yesterday by a score of 7-5. Mitch Atkins still a couple warm-up tosses away from finishing up his warm-up pitches from this inning. Standing out on the mound for a little bit without anybody to throw to. For Lexington, there'll be 9, 1, and 2. The three batters, that's Fornacci, Aklinski, and Baldachin. Chris Fornacci, 214, 2 home runs, 21 batted in. One of those 2 home runs coming last night against High Point. It was 1 for 3 with that 2-run shot. Hit a career high of 17 home runs back in 2018 as a member of the Vallejo Admirals, the Pacific Association. First pitch to Fornacci, a fastball called strike, the top of the zone, 0-1. I feel like by the end of this season, if somebody has listened to enough of our broadcasts, here comes the 0-1. That's a strike at the knees, 0-2. They should know the name of every independent league team across the United States.
Just about every one of sort of the big 5 has been named in some sort of fashion.
The 0-2 gets away. Count 1-2.
The Pecos League seems to have a lot of guys in the Atlantic League who used to play there. Obviously, the big 4 partner leagues, Atlantic League, Pioneer League, American Association, and the Frontier League.
That one fouled off. Count 1-2. And yet somehow, the only thing I can remember are the Ruioso Osos.
And that is Derek Reddy sitting on the bench, not in the lineup today, but that's his old team, the Ruidoso Osos out of Ruidoso, New Mexico.
The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, Mitch Atkins has the swing and miss stuff working today. That's 1 time through the lineup, and he has struck out 4. As we go back to the top, Ben Aklinski, who flied out to center on the first pitch of the ball game, steps up. First pitch to Aklinski, it looks like a slider down. And the count 1-0. Atkins struck out 5 in his last start, his season high of 7 coming back his first start of the year when the Rockers opened up their home slate against Lancaster. The 1-0 swung on, line down the left field line. It's hooking foul. And caroms off of the short wall in foul territory in left field, back out onto the playing surface, so Stephen Cardulo picks it up and throws it away. Bounces off the hand of a couple of fans back there. Here comes the pitch, swung on, fouled. Might have got a piece of Galeno, but it goes back to the screen, 1-2. Well, with some of the big guys from the first half gone from Lexington now, Ben Aklinski and Tillman Pugh are probably the 2 biggest, I don't want to say pests, but the biggest obstacles in this lineup from the first half that the Rockers still have to deal with. The 1-2 down low, count 2-2.
It's shown in the record, too, with the guys leaving. Obviously, they're still tops in the league in just about every statistical category offensively, but to be at just 36 wins after being on pace for a 39-40 win first half is pretty wild.
The 2-2 just inside, count full. And honestly, too, they built up a lead in those offensive categories in the first half. I wouldn't be surprised if while they may still end up leading the league in those categories, they do fall back towards the rest of the pack as the second half goes on. The 3-2 coming, swung on, poked, up in the air, right side, going out a couple of steps as DiSarcina puts it away, and that is out number 2. Brings up Roberto Baldacchini, flied out to center his first time up. 35 pitches for Mitch Atkins, which he's made look almost easy today. He's given up just 1 hit and has walked 1. That pitch swung on, line drive, left field, going back. Cardullo looking up, and it hits off of the front row of seats, a solo home run for Roberto Baldacchini, his 8th of the year, his 51st RBI, and the Legends a 1-0 lead here in the 3rd.
That was another one of those high fastballs. It's gotten Atkins in trouble a couple of times.
Next up for the Legends,
Gets him in trouble there.
That was the same pitch that was hammered off of Bryce Hensley, that high fastball yesterday. Brings up Tillman Pugh, walked his first time up. Fastball, that's a called strike, 0-1. Galino flashes the signs. Here comes the 0-1. This one looks like a changeup, and it's in for a strike as well. And the count quickly 0-2. Mitch Atkins looking to bounce back quickly from that solo home run. The righty kicks and deals 0-2 down low, tried to get Pugh to chase, did not do so. And the count now a ball and 2 strikes. We mentioned Fernacci's connection with the Vallejo Admirals as Pugh swings and misses strike 3. Tillman Pugh also set a career high with 17 home runs for Vallejo back in 2018. Well, for Mitch Atkins, 5 strikeouts through 3 innings, but unfortunately Lexington gets on the board. A solo shot for Roberto Baldacchini in the top of the 3rd inning gives the Legends a 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the 3rd on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Are you 2 ready? 3, 2, 1, go! All right, Aiden. You got it, buddy. Look at that. The form is beautiful. Thanks for playing the pass already.
Proud of its 50-year history in High Point, Colt is a leading manufacturer of upholstery and mattress fabric. Their newest innovation, Live Smart Evolved Comfy Fabric and Chill Sense mattress fabric have kept over 63 million plastic bottles and counting from entering landfills, waterways, and oceans. Visit Colt.com to learn more. It's the top of the order for the Rockers in the 3rd inning. Leading off right field.
Bottom of the 3rd inning. Rockers trail 1-0. It's the top of the lineup. Field, Martinez, and Cardullo. This 3rd went down 1-2-3 in the 1st, and the first pitch from Garcia, a called strike 1. Eli Garcia, 37 pitches through 2 innings. Johnny Field comes set. Check that Garcia comes set to Field. It's off speed down. And they count 1-1. The 1-1, that's down low. Field thought about going. They looked down to first base, and umpire Owen Ballard IV says he did not go, and the count 2-1. Well, despite what had been a threat of rain, it's turned into a nice evening here. Temperature in the mid-70s. Humidity's practically non-existent right now. Is that pitch inside? No, it's a late called strike to Field, 2-2. He flinched and tried to get out of the way of that ball, but still must have caught the inside part of the zone. Garcia set. Here comes the 2-2. That's down and away, and Field has worked the count full. Two hits per side. Unfortunately for High Point, one of those hits on the Lexington side, a solo home run. And with that home run, depending on how things look in Gastonia right now, as Field pops this one up, it gets out of play. Depending on how things look in Gastonia right now, Lexington has just tied Gastonia for the most home runs in the league as a team with their 96th. And just got the check from Javik, and Gastonia has not hit one yet. How far in are they?
Top of the fourth.
Okay, about the same spot. Field swings, hot shot down the third base side, foul.
Time for check of the Atlantic League scoreboard, brought to you by Judy Mara Cruise Planners. Top 7 of game 1 of a doubleheader. 2-2 the score between the Blue Crabs and the Ducks. Top 4 from Gastonia. Honey Hunters up 1-0. York and Lancaster postponed due to rain.
Fastball, Field right up the middle, just about took off the hat of Eli Garcia, and Johnny Field on first base with a hard hit base hit.
Now batting third baseman, Michael
Brings up
Martinez.
Michael Martinez now with 1 out in the inning. It's really no surprise that Gastonia and Lexington are slugging it out on the top of the home run leaderboards.
Difference is Gastonia just has a little bit more pitching. Check that Lexington does.
Fastball, called strike. Count 0-1. I think we had joked about this back in the first half, but now that some of the individual statistics races are starting to heat up a little bit, the 0-1 to Martinez, a called strike at 0-2. I think a home run derby among the top players in the Atlantic League would be really fun to watch this year. Between guys like Caleb Gendel, Joshua Saleh, Jake Skoll starting to get up there. I'd put Jerry Downs in as well. 0-2, way outside. They count a ball and 2 strikes to Martinez. Field increasing his lead over there at first base. And he goes. Here comes the pitch. Martinez swings, lofts it up into foul territory, and it will fall. And the count stays 1-2, heading back to first base is Johnny Field. Sun's starting to peek out a little bit. You can see it reflecting off the windows of the building across the street. Here comes the 1-2. Martinez chases a pitch down low, strike 3. That's the second strikeout of the ball game for Garcia. That is out number 1 in the third. And it brings up Steven Cardullo, who flied out to center in the first. Garcia comes set, checks over to first base on Johnny Field. Back in safely. Field attempted a stolen base in the last at-bat. Had to go back on a foul ball. Fastball to Cardullo. He skies this one back behind the plate. Romanski tosses the mask, settles under it, puts it away right on the S of the Rockers logo behind home plate, and that is out number 2.
Now tonight, Simon Jewelers double player of the game.
Bring up Jerry Downs, who singled in his first at-bat. For Steven Cardullo, what's been a rough little stretch for him offensively continues. It's not been consistent for Cardullo, but he has had more games in which he's struggled recently than not. Here comes the first pitch to Downs, fastball away, 1-0. The one thing about Cardullo, though, I will say, he gets out here earlier than anybody else does, puts in extra work to try to get back into where he thinks he should be from a production standpoint. Comes the 1-0. It's a strike fastball at the knees, 1-1. That's one thing I'll say about this team is guys that for some reason find themselves in a slump, they put in the extra work, and they put in work and a half to try to get out of it and figure out what's wrong. This is one of the hardest working ball clubs I've ever been around, is that pitch down low in the count 2-1. Downs waiting in the left-handed batter's box. Back foot is on the back line. And here comes the 2-1. Runner goes, and once again, Johnny Field most likely had a base stolen as he's hugged there by Roberto Baldacchini to slow his momentum down, and now has to return to first base because the ball's fouled off. Two balls, 2 strikes to Jerry Downs. Field has got 2 excellent jumps against Garcia this inning. Garcia comes set. And here's the pitch to Downs, up and away in the count full. Field taking his lead off for first base. Here comes the 3-2, and it's outside, ball 4. The inning continues. Jerry Downs has now reached base twice today, and it brings up Giovanni Alfonso, the shortstop, who singled his first at-bat. Garcia, 58 pitches so far tonight. And the first pitch to Alfonso is off speed down, and the count 1-0. Well, as quickly as we saw the sun reflecting off of the Stock and Grain Assembly Food Hall across the street, it's been covered up again. High fastball, up about head high, the count 2-0. I saw a little bit of lightning about an hour and a half before the game, but I don't think it ever actually rained here.
It's been thankfully dry all day.
The 2-0 spiked on its way to the plate, and the count 3-0 to Alfonso. And one would guess he's taking all the way here. James McOwen waits on deck. And here comes the 3-0, and it's a fastball high, and a 4-pitch walk to Alfonso. That pushes Jerry Downs down to second and advances Johnny Field to third. And for the second inning in a row, the Rockers have the bases loaded. James McOwen struck out his first time out. Romanski goes out and has a chat with Garcia. Consecutive hitters whose uniform numbers are in the multiplication family of 9. 36, 27, and 9. Fastball, that's away. The count 1-0. Random insignificant things that I just think about. Here comes the 1-0 to McOwen. Off speed, and he fouls it off of his front arm, and the count 1-1. It was an off-speed pitch that McOwen was out a little bit in front of. Infield is shaded a little bit towards the right field side. There's quite a gap down the left field line. Garcia fastball well up and away, count 2-1. Bases loaded here, 2 outs for the second inning in a row. Comes the 2-1. McOwen swings, pops it up. The second baseman, Aklinski, calling off Baldachin, now backing up into the outfield, puts it away. The Rockers have left 6 men on base in the last 2 innings. We go to the 4th inning of play, Lexington with a 1-0 lead. David Blake, your play-by-play when we return on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van
Fireworks show on Halloween night, Friday, August 13th, after the Rockers take on the West Virginia Power at 7:05 p.m. We will invite everyone to watch from the field and dress up like your favorite spooky characters. Rockers fans, do you want to dance the night away to totally tubular 80s music? Well, join us Saturday, August 14th at 7:05 p.m. for 80s night. We look forward to seeing you all there. All right, fans, put your fins up. Get ready to dance to Jimmy Buffett's song Pins. The Fin Can is brought to you by D&H Pool and Patio Shop, celebrating over 50 years of providing high-quality service and all your pool needs in High Point, North Carolina.
Welcome back, Truist Point, top half of the 4th inning. Javik Blake alongside Kendrick Fergs. Thanks so much for joining us. Legends lead the Rockers by a 1-0 score. The only run in the bowl game coming off of Roberto Baldachin's 8th home run of the year. That was just an inning ago. It's Courtney Hawkins, Michael Choice, and Omar Artson. 4, 5, and 6 in the order due up for the Legends against Mitch Atkins. Was scratched from his start on Saturday with back soreness, was placed in the inactive list. Was activated earlier today. Doesn't look like he's missed a beat. Struck out 5 batters already. First pitch, fastball misses high, 1-0. Now, obviously, the big thing for pitchers in their first start with the mound moving back is trying to figure out what exactly that off-speed pitch does. The pitch, swing and a miss, fastball up high. Count evens up 1-1. For Atkins, it has been that slider has a lot more run to it. We've seen it from a lot of guys, but he's used it to his advantage. Kind of expands the zone into the left-handed batter's box against righties. The 1-1 pitch, slow looping curve, misses away, 2-1. Got Artson and Romansky back-to-back in the second inning on the same exact pitch. Slider that just runs off that outside corner. The pitch. Fastball misses away. Count at 3-1. Courtney Hawkins on the day 0 for 1. Struck out back in the first inning. It was the first strikeout victim of the day for Mitch Atkins. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball called a strike. High and outside. Just biting the black. Count goes full, 3-2. Atkins from the windup fires home. Swing. Tagged high in the infield. Out towards short center. DiSarcina going out as well as Field coming in. Calls everyone off and makes the catch. Out number 1. Brings up the righty Michael Choice.
Now batting, Michael Choice.
Choice on the day, 1 for 1. Was the first hit of the ball game for either side today. Single to the left side of the infield on a hard hit ground ball to left. Was back in the second inning. First pitch from Atkins. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. Choice made his first start yesterday in a Legends uniform. Went 1 for 4 with a massive RBI double. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball swing to right about the same place. Alfonso slides and it goes off his glove, bounces into left field. Rounding first is Choice and stays there. Throw comes back in from Cardullo. 2 singles of the day for Michael Choice. Both of them have been hot shots, just getting through the left side of the infield. Brings up the speedy Omar Artson. 1 out, 1 on. Rockers down 1-0 here in the 4th inning. Second straight day that Lexington has taken a 1-0 advantage into the middle innings. Hit a leadoff home run yesterday in the 3rd pitch of the ball game from Ben Aklinski. First pitch. Atkins pours in a fastball. Called strike 1. Lexington then got a run in the 4th and scored in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Scored 5 runs in the final 3 innings. The 0-1 pitch from the righty. Curveball misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And power's been the name of the game this year for Lexington. 96 home runs, 95 coming into today. Mark that. Set just 1 behind the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The pitch swing, fouled off first base side, count it 1-2. The Honey Hunters coming into today, 96 home runs. So Lexington and Gastonia now tied atop the Atlantic League leaderboard at 96. For Lexington, though, 96 homers. This is game number 65. The pitch. Fastball misses away, 2-2. Artson on the day, 0 for 1. Struck out swinging the first out of the second inning. Choice, a couple of feet off the first base bag. The pitch, fastball, called strike 3 inside corner. Artson down looking. And Atkins picks up his 6th strikeout on the day. Artson also has a pair of Ks, 1 looking, 1 swinging. Brings up The other guy in the bottom half of this order with a strikeout, the right-handed swinging catcher, Jake Romansky. For Atkins, 6 strikeouts, 1 off of his season high in the Atlantic League. First pitch, fastball, just misses away. 1-0. Struck out 7 in the home opener back on June 1st. Got the no decision after pitching 5 shutout innings. The Rockers came back late, ended up winning 4-3 over the Lancaster Barnstormers. Atkins steps off. Choice scrambles back to the bag. Now everyone steps back on, and Choice takes a couple of steps off the bag. Romansky up from the right side. The pitch, runner goes. Fastball inside. Galeno from his knees. The throw to second is wide. The shortstop side of second base. Alfonso cuts it off, prevents it from going into center field. Choice, after getting his 3rd hit in the Legends uniform this year, picks up his 1st stolen base. That's the 14th stolen base against catcher Mike Galeno. Ball was inside, count at 2 balls and no strikes.
For a guy who's played now almost 13 professional seasons, that's his 45th stolen base.
The pitch home. Fastball misses inside, and Mitch Atkins go to a 3-0 count for the first time tonight. Choice is not a guy with a lot of speed, hence the just 45 in his career, 5 off of a milestone of 50. Three 3-0 the count, 2 outs, runner in scoring position for the Legends here in the 4th inning. The righty Atkins from the set, kicks and fires. Fastball pours it in on the outside corner. Called the strike, count at 3-1. Mansky steps out, readjusts the batting gloves. They were white at one point this year. They are very much an off-white, more of a beige color as we hit the early weeks of August. The 3-1 pitch. Swing, wide foul. First base side out of play. Credit Mitch Atkins. Took a 3-0 count, works it back to now 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And that off-white on the batting gloves, part of that's from the use and friction on your hands, but the other part, remember, they play on the field with dirt, and he's a catcher, so he's used to getting a little bit of the brown and red dirt on his hands.
It's a combination, dirt, pine tar, use, turf pellets. The payoff pitch. Swing, laced out to left field, base hit, bounces once into the glove of Cardullo, rounding third is Choice. The throw is a good one towards home. Galeno picks it up, but it's just a bit up the first base line. Sliding across home safely is Choice, and Jake Romansky count that as an RBI single. RBI number 21 on the season, and the Legends lead 2-0 here in the 4th. Brings up the right-handed hitting first baseman Sam Claycamp. Just like yesterday, the Legends scored 1 the first 3 innings and then tacked 1 on in the 4th. First pitch, fastball, misses away, 1-0. Lexington yesterday took a 2-0 lead. The Rockers responded with 3 runs of their own in the bottom half of the 4th inning to then take a 3-2 lead. Claycamp on the day, 0 for 1. Atkins comes set, comes home. Swing tipped back into the glove of Galeno. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris Fornacci is on deck. The bottom of this order has just 1 hit today and 4 strikeouts. After the single from Romansky, they're 1 for 6 with a pop out. 4 different strikeouts. Omar Hartson has 2 of them. The 1-1 pitch, swing, and just tap foul wide of first. Atkins gets ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's also the first time this inning Atkins has been able to get ahead of a batter. Has an opportunity to play with some of those off-speed pitches. We've seen him use the slider a couple of different ways. Used it to get Artson back in the second inning, as well as Romanski. The pitch runner goes, fastball inside, the throw to second. Adesarcina is a good one, and it's in time. Golino ends the inning. Nabs' his second base runner of the year. Jake Romanski, the catcher, is caught stealing after an RBI single, and that ends the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Lexington. They've scored a run in the third. They score another in the fourth. We're through 3.5. Lexington up 2-0. We're back after this. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Vanuel Gatto. Bottom half of the fourth inning from High Point. Javik Blake alongside Kendrick Fruits. Thanks so much for joining us. Rockers down 2-0 to Lexington. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Rockers dropped game 1 last night, trying to win today and force a rubber match. Avoid what would be their first series loss in over a month. Last time they lost a series was the last week of June into the first week of July. June 29th to July 1st against the York Revolution, lost 2 of 3. And that's the last series lost. They've won 4 consecutive series at home. It's Jake Gonzalez, Mike Golino, and J.R. Adesarcina, 7, 8, and 9 in the Rockers order, do up against Eli Garcia. First pitch, fastball misses away. 1 ball and no strikes. The Rockers have been able to have some fun at home in the last couple of weeks. There was a point when they were 5-10 at home. The 1-0 pitch, swing, looped out towards short left center field. Pugh coming over and makes the catch. Out number 1, brings up Mike Golino.
Now batting catcher, Mike Golino.
Contact's not an issue for this team. They've only struck out twice tonight, but feels like we've been saying this a lot. They hit the ball right at people.
Golino ended the top half of the inning. Nabbed his second base runner of the year. To his fellow battery mate, Jake Romanski. Golino up from the right side. Walked in his only plate appearance. First pitch, fastball, called a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. The Rockers, last couple of weeks at home have been some fun ones. Took 2 of 3 from Long Island. The pitch, fastball misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Took 2 of 3 against West Virginia. Had a wild and crazy week when they went 5-2, facing Lexington and Gastonia. Those are the 4 series wins. The fastball, called a strike. 1-2.
It's a good pitch going with that fastball after 3 consecutive sliders. Show him something with a little bit less movement.
The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouled straight back. Count stays at 1-2. And with home being such a fun place for the Rockers the last couple of weeks, they look at the schedule and realize that pillow finally gets to be put to some use in the next couple of weeks. and not being pressed up against the window of a bus. 37 second half home games. The pitch swing, nubbed out to third. Fernacci, a diving stop, picks it up, loses the glove, throws to first. Galino diving across the bag. The throw is late. Galino safe with an infield single. A glove was lost. People sliding all over the field. At the end of the day, base hit about 45 feet up the third base line for Mike Galino. Puts a runner on for the rookie J.R.D. Sarcina. The hit for Galino, his first in 3 games. A couple pinch hit appearances last week against Lexington. For the pitch, DiSarcina looks at it, called the strike, 0-1. DiSarcina 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to right in a pretty hard hit line drive to end the second inning. The pitch, fastball, called a strike at the letters, 0-2. You heard a couple of people whistling about the miles per hour that showed up on the scoreboard. That last pitch from Eli Garcia, 93 miles an hour. He's just pouring it into the zone right now. The 0-2 pitch, Galino goes, fastball away, the throw to second for Romanski's a good one. And he does to Mike Galino what Mike Galino did to him. Galino caught stealing, second out of the inning. Ball was outside, count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. For Galino, on the base paths, that was his first time caught stealing this year. The 14th runner Romanski has nabbed. The pitch, swing, pops foul, first base side out of play. Count stays 1-2. Two outs in the inning. Now nobody on after Galino wiped off the base pass, and the Rockers down 2-0. The pitch, swing, tipped in and out of the glove of Romanski, and the at-bat continues. Next pitch will be pitch number 6 of the at-bat. It's been a lengthy one, and one that the Rockers have kind of needed to drive up Garcia's pitch count. Next pitch, number 78. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Not a conventional 1-2-3 inning, but a 1-2-3 inning nonetheless for Eli Garcia. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 4 in High Point. Back after this, the Rockers down 2-0. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York.
High close for 20 is it. Shout it out. Shout it out. Shout out your answer. A, B, or C. Do you want to represent your hometown High Point Rockers and enjoy great brews? Located behind Section 104 is our team store and our craft beer bar, the High Point. Be sure to visit before you leave today so you can browse for a large selection of Rockers merchandise and hang out at our historic friendship table. Now batting center plate hand.
Top of the 5th inning, Rockers down by 2 to the Legends. Middle game of a 3-game midweek set. Javik Blake alongside Kendrick Frooks. Thanks so much for joining us. Sam Claycamp, Chris Fornacci, and then the top of the order in Ben Aklinski. Due up here in the 5th inning against Mitch Atkins. Lexington has scored a run in each of the past 2 innings, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. First pitch, fouled off behind home plate. Counted 0-1. Claycamp finds himself up at the plate for the 2nd straight plate appearance, technically. Was up at the bat when Jake Romanski was thrown out by Mike Galino to end the top half of the 4th inning. Atkins kicks and fires. Curveball, swing and a miss. Pitch that just falls off the table. Count quickly to 0-2.
That's been the big storyline of the game. Both pitchers doing a great job keeping guys off the base paths. There's only been 5 at-bats tonight with runners in scoring position combined between the 2 teams.
And the Rockers have figured out how to load them up. Haven't figured out how to get anyone home yet. Been held off the scoreboard. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, ground ball, right side. Alfonso picks it up at short. A long throw to first. In time, and Alfonso from short left field nabs Claycamp. Out number 1 in an absolutely fantastic play from the shortstop Alfonso.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Just went over, backhands it, stops with his feet, and just gets all the momentum going back to first base. Brings up Chris Fornacci.
That's a big-time arm on that Rocker shortstop out there.
Fornacci up from the right side, as is everyone in this lineup. The pitch, fastball, called to strike, 0-1. That play from Alfonso, he's tried it a couple of times this year. About time one of them worked. The 0-1 pitch, check swing and a curveball down low. Wasn't a half swing, it was about a 3/4 swing. Home plate umpire Mario Rosas says just that, counted 0-2. The pitch, curveball, misses away. Atkins delivers his first ball of the inning. Count at 1-2. One, 2 the count. The pitch, swing, fly ball out towards left field. Cardullo going back towards left center, keeps going back towards the wall, and makes the catch over his shoulder. Turned around for a moment. Steven Cardullo is just about one of the most easygoing guys you'll ever meet. Didn't quite have a reaction to it. Fornacci retired, out number 2. And up comes the top of the order, Ben Aklinski's 3rd at-bat of the day.
That was a nice catch. They just showed it on replay. Kind of just made a basket catch like a football wide receiver catching the deep ball.
First pitch to Aklinski. Slider misses away. 1 ball and no strikes to the leadoff man. Aklinski today 0 for 2. The pitch. Fastball misses away, 2-0. Full out to center. It's the first batter of the ball game. Popped out to second, his last at bat back in the 3rd. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses away, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. Fastball misses inside. Just missed the bottom of the zone. Aklinski walks. That is the 2nd walk given up by Mitch Atkins. Brings up the former Angels top prospect, Roberto Baldacchini. 2 outs, 1 on. Legends up 2-0 here in the 5th. Baldacchini today 1 for 2. Brought home the first run of the ball game back in the 3rd. The pitch, slider, misses away, 1 ball and no strikes. It's about the third ball this week that someone's hit that has clanged off the very first row of the bleachers out left center field. Those aren't your normal seats either. Check back to first. Aklinski dives back safely. They're your old school metal bleachers. There is a large ricochet, also a pretty loud sound off of those things. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Atkins gets him to swing and miss in a changeup. Count at 1-1.
It's pretty big there for Atkins to get that swing and a miss. He had missed on 5 consecutive pitches, and Baldachin probably should have been waiting for Atkins to throw him a strike, but instead chases what would have been the 6th ball in a row.
When you're as hot as Baldachin has been all year long, I think you like waiting that much. Check back to first. Diving back in time is Aklinski. Baldachin coming into today, batting .369, team high .458 OBP. He's just been red hot in the month of August. Has 13 hits, 7 of them have gone for extra bases. The 1-1 pitch, swing, nubbed foul wide of first. Count goes to 1-2. And those numbers were coming into today. So he's now hit 8 of his 14 hits in August for extra bases. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Aklinski about a 2-step lead off of first. Atkins kicks and fires. Curveball. Called strike 3. And Baldachin is retired.
Rockers Nation, it's time
That
for
ends the
some
top half
muscles.
of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base and a little bit of flashy defense here in the top half of the inning. We're halfway home. Lexington 2, Rockers nothing. We're back after this. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Wake Forest Baptist Health offers a full range of orthopedic and sports medicine care for all ages. We're proud to be the official team doctors for your High Point Rockers. We can help keep you moving with same or next day appointments and extended hours for your convenience. Call 336-716-WAKE or visit wakehealth.edu/sportsmedicine today to schedule an appointment. Wake Forest Baptist Health, go where the athletes go. Top of the order for the Rockers in the 5th. Leading off, Johnny Field.
Welcome back, bottom of the 5th. The Rockers trying to get some offense going. They're down 2-0. And Eli Garcia, who coming into today had an ERA above 7, has held the Rockers scoreless and off the board for the first 4 innings. David Blake alongside Kendrick Fruits. Thanks so much for joining us. Johnny Field digs in. First pitch. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. It's the top of the order up. 3rd time they've seen Garcia today. It's Johnny Field, Michael Martinez, and Steven Cardullo. Righty switch hitter and righty. Martinez will bat from the left side. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball misses high, 2-0. As always, make sure to let us know where you're tuning in from. You can tweet at us at Rockers Baseball. Also drop a comment in our YouTube stream, or if you're listening on a MixLR, drop a comment in there as well. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses away. Definitely not the start Garcia wanted to the inning. 3 balls and no strikes to Field. 1 for 2 on the day. Singled back up the middle in the 3rd inning. Popped out to first in the 1st. As also the first batter of the ballgame. The pitch home. Fastball called to strike on the inside corner, 3-1.
And also, he was the runner stranded at third base the second time the Rockers loaded the bases but weren't able to score.
They've done that twice today, once in the second, once in the third. Have left 6 guys on and have 4 hits in the scoreboard. The 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Field way ahead of a changeup. Count goes full at 3-2. This is the top of the order that hasn't done too much today between Field, Martinez, and Cardullo, top 3 in the order. They're just 1 for 6. The pitch, swing and a miss. Field got all sorts of crossed up with a Garcia pitch. It's a fastball in the outside corner. 4th strikeout today by Eli Garcia, 2nd consecutive in as many batters. Brings up Michael Martinez, the former Indian, on the left side of the box.
That's that slider that he's been able to get a lot of movement up at the top of the zone tonight.
The pitch to Martinez. Fastball bounces into the dirt. That's a ball. Well, if it was a slider, it certainly didn't have much movement to it. It was a pitch that was pretty straight and then kind of had some late tailing action. That's where the slider classification comes in on TrackMan. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses high, 2-0. Martinez today 0 for 2. Popped out to short in the first, struck out in the third. The pitch. Fastball misses low, 3-0. Garcia's next pitch is number 88 on the day. Lexington's bullpen silent. The pitch called to strike outside corner, and once again we go from a 3-0 count to a 3-1 count. Garcia's been able to work himself out of a lot of bad situations. Gets down in the count and then comes back in. The pitch, swing, bouncing ball, foul, wide of first. Count goes full at 3-2.
Now it's the second time that he's gotten behind 3-0, and now it's being a full count.
On deck is Steven Cardullo. Martinez standing at the very back of the box. Brand new sparkly black cleats. Has the high blue socks. Not quite your normal length that we'd see from someone like Steven Cardullo, but not quite the height of someone like Hunter Pence, who would do it above the knee with the socks. It's right around the midway point. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball misses away, ball 4. Martinez gets a free pass and brings up the number 3 hitter, Steven Cardullo, with 1 out and 1 on. Rockers down 2-0.
That was a big league take right there from Michael Martinez, just below the zone, and one that a lot of guys probably will chase with a 3-2 count, but Martinez holds up on it.
Cardullo today 0 for 2 as he steps in from the right side. Garcia fires home. Fastball. Called to strike outside corner, 0-1. Cardullo popped out to the catcher last at bat. Fought to center field back in the first. Now time called. Cardullo steps out. Stepping off is Garcia. Cardullo opting for the low pants today. He's gone all over the place. We haven't seen the stirrups with a couple of weeks, though. The 0-1 pitch. Swing. Popped up. First base side out of play. Counted 0-2. He's gone with the high socks. He's gone with the low pants. He's gone with the stirrups with the white. The stirrups with the red socks under. He's gone with the pants down the last couple of days. We haven't seen the stirrups in about 2 weeks. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday series in Gastonia. That was last week. I think that 2 weeks ago. The pitch. Fastball misses away. 1-2. Those 3 games in Gastonia was pretty similar to what it's been like today. Real hot in the daytime and a threat of rain. As a couple of sprinkles start coming down. Light mist, nothing crazy. Fans starting to evacuate the seats. Light toss back towards first. Martinez dives back in time. This game is official. Check that, it will be official at the end of the 5th inning. You'd play either 4.5 or 5 if the away team is winning. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, line drive, right at Baldachin, sticks up the glove, makes the catch. Does not throw back to first. Martinez, a hurried scamper back. Probably the hardest hit ball of the day. Takes away a hit from Steven Cardullo, brings up Jerry Downs. The rain continues to fall a little bit harder. Everyone backing up a couple of seats. Though there are some fans braving the rain down in the first couple of rows behind home plate. Downs up from the left side, still 1 on, now 2 outs. First pitch, slider misses low, 1-0. Downs represents the tying run. You do it with 1 swing of the bat. Only problem is the Rockers have now not hit a home run past 31 innings. The pitch misses away. 2-0. The Rockers' last home run was all the way back on Friday against Long Island. The pitch. Fastball misses inside and low. 3-0. It was a 9th inning home run by Jared Mitchell. Since then, the Rockers have not hit a ball out of the park. Team in August has 7 total home runs. Jerry Downs has 5 of them. And all 5 were hit in 1 week. The pitch. Fastball misses away. Ball 4. Jerry Downs walks again. And it's something he's been pretty familiar with. That is the 5th time he has walked this series. Brings up Giovanni Alfonso, now runners in first and second with 2 outs. And Eli Garcia's gift-wrapped an opportunity for the Rockers to get some runs on the board.
Well, I was looking at the weather radar. It's a little cell to the south of us, and the good news is we're going to be on the edge of it the entire time it exists. The bad news, that edge could be an hour and a half or so. Now, we can play in rain, just as long as it's not ridiculous and lightning everywhere.
They certainly can. Meeting on the mound, everyone breaks up and comes back home. You can see the rain glistening off the forearms of the home plate umpire Mario Rosas. Just a light mist, but continues to come down. First pitch to Alfonso. Swing, a little flare out towards right center. Pugh coming over and makes the catch, out number 3. Another inning where the Rockers get runners on. Another inning where they strand everyone, and Eli Garcia gets out of it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left aboard. They've now left 8 on the base paths. We're through 5 innings. Legends 2, Rockers nothing. Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Fan Yorkata.
We also have Rusty, who wants to wish a happy anniversary to his beautiful wife Morgan of 9 years. Happy anniversary, you two. Enjoy the rest of the game. Last, we would like to welcome the newest Rocker, Noel Phillips Clark, born this morning. The Rockers pitcher Brian Clark and his wife Lindsay. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you all again soon. Ever want to spend your summer living with a professional baseball player? Become a part of the High Point family by being a Rockers host family with perks like discount tickets, merchandise, special events, and the memories of welcoming a Rocker into your home. Your summer will be one you won't forget. Visit highpointrockers.com for more information.
Top half of the 6th inning. Welcome back, David Blake alongside Kendrick Furch. Thanks so much for spending your Wednesday evening with us. Rockers down 2-0 to the Lexington Legends. It's Tillman Pugh, Courtney Hawkins, and Michael Choice duo. 3, 4, and 5 in the Legends order. Mitch Atkins back on the hill. He certainly pitched well enough to keep the Rockers in this game. He's only allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. The only problem is as Hype is now directly in front of our broadcast booth. He's wandering around the stadium. First pitch swing and a line drive right, and Alfonso goes off the glove. Now with throw to first. And it's not in time. Runner gets on. Sorry about that, a little bit of a mascot obstruction. Pugh gets on with the single. Brings up the DH, Courtney Hawkins. Well, he is a wild rocking horse, wandering around the stadium, causing havoc. Now he's sprinting down the rows of seats down the right field line. Brings up the DH, Courtney Hawkins. First pitch, swing, pop foul. Third base side gets out of play. 0-1. Hawkins on the day, 0 for 2. Struck out in the first, popped out to center field back in the 4th inning. The 0-1 pitch, curveball, swing and a miss. Atkins has got him to swing and miss 2 different times on that pitch tonight. Counted 0-2. Both teams have someone up in the bullpen. Atkins' pitch count currently at 80. 80 was sort of the predetermined mark set by manager Jamie Keep before this game started. The pitch, another curveball, and another swing and a miss. Hawkins is down for the 2nd time today.
Now batting Michael Choice.
First out of the inning. Brings up Michael Choice.
It's a new season high for Atkins with his 8th strikeout.
That is correct. Brings up Michael Choice. 2 for 2 on the day. Singled in the 4th, singled in the 2nd. The pitch home. Swing and a fly ball to deep center field. Field going back towards the warning track, towards the wall. Sticks up the glove and makes the catch out number 2. Pugh retreats back to first. Brings up the righty Omar Artson. That was a ball that could only be contained in deep center field. Hawkins put a good swing on it. The only problem is he hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. It's 400 dead center. With the way the buildings are constructed in the outfield, there's not a whole lot of wind. It just kind of dies out there. And it died right into the glove of Johnny Field. Brings up the righty Omar Artson. First, the ball gets away from the Rockers bullpen. Gleaner retrieves it, throws it to the Rockers dugout, runs back behind home plate. Artson is 0 for 2, struck out swing in the 2nd, looking in the 4th. The pitch from Atkins. Swing, fly ball, short right field. DiSarcina going over, now keeps going back, and ends up basically in right field. To make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Had to go a long way backpedaling, but makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base, and that's it for Mitch Atkins. What a good performance. 8 strikeouts, 2 runs, keeps the Rockers in it. The only thing the Rockers need are some runs. They're down 2-0, and they'll try to find some in the bottom half of the inning when we return on the Rockers Baseball Network.
Or has served in our armed forces. Thank you for your service, and thank you to Digital Wireless for sponsoring the Rockers Row of Honor. One of the hometown hero in your life, nominated to sit in a row of honor. That's sliding to highpointrockers.com. And now get ready to show those pearly whites, fans. It's time for the Smile Cam, brought to you by Dr. Bradley Samuel. If you need a great dentist, call ours, 336-883-2316, or visit www.bradleysamueldds.com. Dr. Bradley Samuel, official dentist of the High Point Rockers. Now pitching right-hander Brian Quillens. This called Bullpen is sponsored by Cricket Wireless, working hard to keep you connected and safe. Get your cricket service today.
Bottom of the 6th inning, the rain has come to a halt around Truist Point. Was a light miss for about an inning, but it's nowhere to be seen. James McCohen, Jay Gonzalez, and Mike Galino, the 3 due up for the Rockers. They're down 2-0. Relieved to see someone not named Eli Garcia on the mound. He goes 5 innings, gives up 4 hits, no runs, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, throws 99 pitches, gives way to the righty, Brian Quillens.
Brian Quillens on the year, 0-1, a 7.36 earned run average. This will be appearance number 20 for him. 18 and a third innings pitched so far this year, 11 walks, big swing and miss guy, 27 strikeouts, but he's allowed 5 home runs, almost 1 every 3.5 innings.
He faces the DH, James McGowan. That also ends the day for the DH on the other side of things for the Legends. Courtney Hawkins' day is done, finishes 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. The Rockers, no runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The Legends, 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. The lefty, and righty due up against Quillens. Romanski throws the ball down to second. Just about ready to get things underway in the 6th inning. Rockers desperately need some runs. They've left 8 guys on base today. Bases loaded in the 2nd, bases loaded in the 3rd, and left runners on 1st and 2nd. Just an inning ago in the 5th. The Legends have got both their runs in the 3rd and the 4th innings. Solo homer in the 3rd. RBI single from Jake Romanski in the 4th. First pitch of the day from Quillens. McGowan looks at it. Fastball called to strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Taps the bat on home plate a couple of times, twirls the bat around. Quillens comes home. Fastball called to strike high and away. Count on 0-2. McGowan took a step out, caught his breath. Now steps back in. The pitch. Swing fouled straight back. Count stays at 0-2.
That's a great pitch selection from Quillens, though. You get the call on the high curveball and kind of surprised everybody, and you follow it up with a high, hard fastball.
For the Rockers, everything today has ended up in the air. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, ground ball to 3rd. Fornacci picks it up, throws to 1st, and there's the first ground ball out of the day. Lasted 5 full innings. McGowan out 5-3. Brian Quillens comes in. Eli Garcia, outside of a fielder's choice, did not allow a ground out during his entire appearance. James McGowan ends that. Grounds out to 3rd, goes to 0 for 3 on the day. Brings up the lefty, Jay Gonzalez. The pitch. Fastball. Hold the strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Today in baseball history, presented by the International Market Center, we start you all the way back in 1942 in the doubleheader between the Tigers and Indians.
The 0-1 pitch. Curveball, spikes it low, almost bites the dirt. Count evens up 1 ball and 1 strikes to number 7 man in the order.
Because of a weird rule back in the day, the Tigers and Indians, game 1 of the doubleheader, suspended due to darkness. However, they played the 2nd game, and the Tigers won 3-2.
The righty Quillens kicks and fires home. Fastball misses away, 2-1.
The reason that happened, there was a rule in Major League Baseball at the time that you could not switch on a stadium's artificial lighting in the middle of a game. And so they had to call the first one due to darkness, turn on the lights, and then play game 2.
The 2-1 pitch swing, bouncing ball back up the middle. Baldachin comes over in front of second, picks it up, throws to first. Back-to-back ground ball outs. Retires McGowan and Gonzalez. Brings up Mike Galena with 2 outs. Nobody on. Rockers down 2-0, bottom of the 6th inning.
1959, Gil Carter, a pitcher for the Carlsbad, New Mexico team in the Sophomore Baseball League, was reported to hit a baseball 730 feet from home plate. That number was never confirmed, but if it is, it would be the longest home run in history.
First pitch to Galeno. Fastball called a strike at the letters, 0-1.
Of course, everybody talks about home runs that Josh Gibson may have hit, Babe Ruth, and of course the tape measure blast Mickey Mantle against the Senators.
The pitch, swing, fouled off, first base side out of play. Brian Quillens, 1 pitch away from a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th. Back in the boxes, Galeno. 1 for 1, single and a walk today. The pitch, fastball called, strike 3 at the letters. Bat never moves off his shoulders. And he goes down on strikes. Brian Quillens' day could not have started any better. Throws 11 pitches, 9 strikes in a 1-2-3 inning. Rockers have been held scoreless through 6. Mitch Atkins' day is done. New pitcher on. And we'll be back after this. Kendrick Fruits on play-by-play. Rockers down 2-0 through 6. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York-Otto.
For tonight's contest, Shane will take it away and introduce us to our contestants.
All right, we are down here with Zane and Hunter. They are going to spin as fast as they possibly can with their heads on the bat, no cheating. Are you boys ready? 3, 2, 1, start spin. Here we go. Vector. We want to see some bobbles from you guys. Here we go. Round and round. The louder you cheer, the faster they spin, folks. Let's hear it for them. No cheating. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Zane wins. Good job.
Top of the 7th inning, the Rockers go to the bullpen. A fantastic 6 innings of work for Mitch Atkins. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, which are a season high, and 1 home run allowed. And he'll give way now to the NC State product, Logan Bender.
Logan Bender closed out the game for the Rockers on Sunday against the Ducks. Pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, no hits, no runs, and no batter has been able to record a base hit off of him in his professional career.
Bender will be facing the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Jake Romanski, Sam Claycamp, and Chris Fernacci. At the top of the 7th inning, the Legends with a 2-0 lead. The Rockers have struggled to put anything together offensively. Same song, second verse. No problem getting guys on base. The problem has been getting them in. Rockers have left quite a handful on today. A couple of situations with the bases loaded, a couple of situations with 2 on. Rockers have left 8 on base. They are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. But now the task for Logan Bender is to leave things at a 2-0 deficit. As he takes his last warm-up toss here, Galeno fires a strike down to second. We're about ready to go here at the top of the 7th inning. Coming up to the plate, Jake Romanski, 1 for 2 today with a base hit. Was caught stealing promptly after. up from what we can see from the lights around the ballpark. I almost want to say the mist is gone completely at this point. Should be good to go. Obviously, was never really enough to cause any incident with today's game. Here's the first pitch to Romanski. Shows bunt, pulls back, but it's called a strike anyways by Mario Rosas. Romanski ready in that right-handed batter's box. Bender kicks and fires that one down low, and the count, a ball and a strike. Logan Bender has pitched in 8 games for NC State over the last couple of seasons. Before that, in 2019, first the 1-1 coming here to Romanski. Fastball inside, 2-1. 2019, he was named a NJCAA All-American while attending Catawba Valley Community College in 2019. Listen to these numbers. He pitched 57 2/3 innings, ERA of 0.78. 2018, while he was at Campbell University, was a first-team All-Big South. This one swung on, fouled off. Down the third base side, 2-2. Born in North Carolina in the town of Dunn, so this is a guy who has gotten it done. 2018, 2019 before heading to NC State, so things that Frank Viola said when the Rockers got him, he's got the stuff. It's just a matter of putting everything together for him. Comes the 2-2 to Romanski. Big looping curveball that drops in, strike 3. Well, that's the stuff that Frank Viola was talking about. A nice strikeout there, the 9th strikeout by Rockers pitching tonight. And that's the first out of the 7th inning. And it brings up Sam Claycamp, who's 0 for 2 today. Popped out to short, and he's grounded out to short. He knows Giovanni Alfonso very well tonight. Bender comes set, and here comes the pitch. Down low in the count, 1-0. Wind has died down a little bit at times. You still get a couple of gusts out towards left field. Fastball missed inside there to Claycamp, count 2-0. It's more a light breeze now to left field than anything. Solo home run from Roberto Baldacchini back in the 3rd inning got the scoring started. Michael Choice came in on a Jake Romanski single the following inning, and that's all the runs today. A hard slider there, and the count is 3-0. Three balls, no strikes to Claycamp. Bender kicks and fires, snaps another curveball off and didn't get the call. And that's ball 4. Nobody seems to know what the count is. That was ball 4. Claycamp kind of took a couple steps, then stopped, and then got back in the box, and then took another step towards first and stopped again. It was a good-looking pitch from Bender. I'm interested to see where it missed. Never actually called by Rosas, though. Brings up Chris Fernacci. Fernacci on the day 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And a curveball snapped in there, strike 1 to Fernacci. And according to the information that we get, that 4th pitch was just low. on the zone, but obviously was close enough that Sam Claycamp wasn't even sure. Here comes the 0-1. Tries to go with another curveball and backs him off the plate, but catches enough of the zone that it's strike 2. Well, it's very obvious that Logan Bender's curveball plays very, very well. The young righty comes set, holds the set, and now delivers an 0-2, goes with it a third time, and this one just nubbed foul towards the Rockers dugout. Count stays 0-2. Fernacci still searching for his first hit of the game. In fact, the bottom 3 in this lineup have combined for just 1 of the 5 hits today. Here comes the pitch, and that hit him. Took it right in the upper arm area, a little bit below his front shoulder. It was an off-speed pitch. And now there are runners on first and second for Lexington with just 1 out.
Fernacci's going to be thankful he had that Evo shield on that arm. That sounded painful.
An unfortunate situation for Bender. He had 2 strikes on him, looking for the second out of the inning. Give a moment to shout out Rockers reliever Brian Clark. He and his wife just welcomed in a daughter, Noelle, earlier today. With that pitch down low. The count 1-0. So congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Clark.
Hit this one too.
Here comes the 1-0. Another curveball from Bender. This one just outside, 2-0. Runner at second base, Claycamp. Runner at first base, Fernacci. Bender looks and deals the 2-0 and snaps off another sharp curve in there for a strike this time. And the count 2-1. Well, it's very, very clear the curveball is the pitch that he's the most comfortable with. He's located it the best, and it's been his biggest strike pitch. This one poked into shallow center field, could be trouble. Field comes in, has to play it on a hop. The ball almost gets away from him, but he's able to keep it close by, and it's a 1 base advancement for all the hitters, or all the runners rather. Bases loaded with 1 out here in the 7th.
Now batting, Roberto Molina.
Brings up Roberto Baldacchini. 1 for 3 today, a solo home run. Rockers have a right-hander up in the bullpen. Of course, they have a right-hander with Brian Clark out today. They do not have a single left-hander in the bullpen. Another curveball from Bender in there for a strike. Bases loaded with 1 out in the inning. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, and that's stroked into left center field. Should split the outfielders, it does. 1 run comes in to score. Here comes the second. They're waving around to Klinsky. The throw is late, and it is a bases clearing triple for Roberto Baldacchini. And Lexington has now busted this one to a 5-0 lead. Well, Logan Bender has been throwing a lot of curveballs, and I think was starting to become a little bit predictable and might have gone to the well 1 too many times with that curveball.
Credit Baldacchini, though. Waited back on it, splayed it out towards the left center field gap, and on a pitch that didn't come in very fast, put a good charge into it.
Brings up Tillman Pugh, but Tillman Pugh will not be facing Logan Bender. Jamie Keefe's going to the bullpen, and that will do it for the young right-hander tonight. And it looks like it's going to be Ryan Chafee coming in here in just a moment, but we'll step aside and give him a chance to warm up. We'll be back in just a moment. Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto. Ryan Chafee, the new man on the mound after Logan Bender only able to get 1 out in the inning. 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a walk, a strikeout. He's responsible for Roberto Baldacchini at third base as Ryan Chafee takes the mound.
Chafee making his team-leading 27th appearance on the year, 27 1/3 innings pitched, 3.95 the ERA, 31 walks, 33 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .240 against him.
Fastball down low to Tillman Pugh, and the count 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last man out on the field following that pitching change was the third base coach, Sip Garza, for Lexington, a man who, in a sport full of superstitions, is very much a big part of it. That pitch a strike. The count is 1-2. Garza will bring out a new pair of shoes following every loss the Lexington Legends have. Nike is apparently the shoe of choice. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pugh on the curveball. That's out number 2. Garza will wear each pair until they lose and then change to a different pair. He's got a pair of all whites that he wears for the first game of the year. Fastball fouled off, straight back. The batter is a pinch hitter here. No, it'll be the pitcher, actually. This will be Brian Quillens batting for himself. Looks like today the shoe of choice for Garza is Quillens takes a strike, 0-2. They look, I would say, black with maybe a white stripe going around the side of them.
Yeah, it looks like actually white Adidas shoes. Wow, seen a couple of those.
Yeah. The 0-2 fastball at the knees, strike 3. Quillens down on 3 pitches, and so Ryan Chafee comes in, leaves Baldacchini at third with a pair of strikeouts. Baldacchini reached third on a bases clearing triple. Lexington leads 5-0. Stretch time here at Truist Point. We go to the bottom of the 7th on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
After the Rockers take on West Virginia Power at 7:05 p.m. We will invite everyone to watch from the field and dress up like your favorite spooky characters. Rockers fans, if you want to dance the night away to totally tubular 80s music, well, join us Saturday, August 14th at 7:05 p.m. for 80s Night. We look forward to seeing you all there. Hey fans, please turn your attention to the Jumbotron as we present McDonald's 7th inning stretch. Their mission is to make delicious, feel-good food moments easy for everyone. Visit your high-point McDonald's today Now let's join together in singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Brian Quillens remains on the mound, and the Rockers' task has gotten a little more difficult after 3 Lexington runs come in the top of the 7th inning. And it is now a 5-0 deficit for High Point. They'll have the 9 1 and 2 hitters coming up, DeSarcina, Field, and Martinez. Brian Quillens retired the Rockers 1-2-3 in the 6th inning with a strikeout. And deals first pitch high fastball that DeSarcina cannot catch up to. No balls and a strike. Second night in a row, the Rockers have had plenty of opportunities on offense. DeSarcina swings and misses over a pitch down out of the zone, 0-2. Line score 5-7-0 for Lexington, 0-4-0 for the Rockers. Well, on the bright side, defense has played much better today. Not just in not committing errors, but they've made some flashy plays as DeSarcina strikes out on another pitch out of the zone. The throw down from Romansky retires DeSarcina officially, and that's one away. Brings up Johnny Field, who has one of the 4 Rockers hits today. It's a single in 3 trips to the plate. And Quillen's first pitch down low, a ball and no strikes. Fewest hits the Rockers have in a game this year is 3, so they're already past that, but no doubt about it, they've struggled to get on base. That pitch inside. The count 2-0. Michael Martinez waits on deck. Quillens kicks and fires. Here comes the 2-0, and this one will be a fastball that catches the low and outside part of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. The Rockers starting off their lineup. Field, Martinez, Cardullo with back-to-back-to-back players with major league experience. As Field chases the high fastball, 2-2. Johnny Field made the major leagues as a member of the Minnesota Twins, also played for Tampa Bay. Michael Martinez spent time in the major leagues with Philadelphia, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Boston, Tampa Bay. And Steven Cardullo, parts of 2 seasons with the Colorado Rockies. The 2-2, down and away, and the count full. Today's starter, Mitch Atkins, also a little bit of major league time as well. So 4 Rockers in today's lineup have had a taste of the bigs. Here comes the 3-2. That one up high, and Johnny Field will work a 1-out walk. He's reached base for the 2nd time tonight, and here comes Michael Martinez 0-for-2 with a walk.
Talking about guys with major league experience. He has the most out of anyone. Creeping up on that heralded 10 years worth of major league experience.
Parts of 7 years in the major leagues. That pitch down low. 1-0. Played mostly with Philadelphia, but then bounced around quite a bit at the end of his tenure. The 1-0 swung on, pops this one up out of play, and the count is 1-1. Field takes his lead off of first. And Quillens deals the 1-1 fastball, and again Martinez late on it, fouls it off. It's a ball and 2 strikes now to the Rockers' third baseman tonight. The 1-2, a weak ground ball towards second. Aklinski picks it up and tags out Field, but that gets rid of the double play opportunity as Johnny Field kind of took away the attention of Aklinski. Martinez beats it out to first base without a throw. It's a smart play by Johnny Field. Take out the double play.
Sort of a short-sighted one by Aklinski too. By running back, Field had a chance for a double play, and that took out every opportunity to get one.
Brings up Steven Cardullo. And that pitch down low, and the count 1 ball, no strikes. Cardullo on the day 0 for 3. Martinez takes his lead off of first. Here's the pitch. Check swing by Cardullo. They go down to first, and Owen Ballard says he went, and the count 1-1. Quillens comes set, and here comes the 1-1 to Cardullo. It's another fastball. This one catches the low and outside part of the zone. Cardullo cannot believe it. Count 1-2 now. Here comes that 1-2 pitch to Cardullo. Fastball swung on and kind of fights it off down the right field side. Could be trouble if it stays fair, but it's foul. And the count holds at 1-2. If he had been able to squeak that one inside the foul line, I think Michael Martinez could have had a shot to score from first if that ball kicks around in the corner. Rockers still looking for their first run of the ball game. Comes the 1-2 fastball. That's down and away. And the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Last time that High Point was shut out was back on July 7th, game 1 of a doubleheader against the Ducks. They lost 2-0. Here's the 2-2 down low, and the count full to Cardullo.
And that was a game just like today where the starter, that day was Craig Stem, was dominant on the mound. The only problem is he didn't get any help from his offense. It's the same thing today with Mitch Atkins.
Wash, rinse, and repeat in terms of pitching performance and offense struggling. That pitch up high, ball 4. And the Rockers have 2 aboard with 2 outs for Jerry Downs. Rockers have more walks today than base hits. 7 walks and 4 base hits.
This has been a series where Lexington has walked the yard. Rockers just haven't been able to cash in.
They've walked the yard, and Jerry Downs has walked around the yard. He's walked twice today, a couple of times yesterday. Romanski goes out to talk to Quillens. Jerry Downs officially 1 for 1 today with the single and 2 walks. Martinez the runner at second. Cardullo now the runner at first. And looks like a right-hander up in the bullpen for the Legends. Nobody up in the bullpen for High Point, so Chafee will come out for the 8th inning. Fastball down low to Downs, and the count 1-0. Rockers not helping the monthly batting average. On base percentage, though, doing just fine. Downs a big swing and just got a piece of it, and wouldn't you know it, he got a piece of his front foot. Count 1-1. High Point coming into today, on base percentage of .420. They were the only team in the Atlantic League with an OBP over 400. Of course, when you pick up 22 and 18 hits in the span of a couple of days, that'll do it. A ball and a strike to Downs, 2 aboard, 2 outs. Quillins holds the set, now deals 1-1, fastball, Downs swings, high fly ball to left field. Drifting back is Artson and can't make the play. The ball took a weird spin in the air. It goes up over the wall. It's a ground rule double. And we'll see if they bring Cardullo back around. They're going to put Cardullo back to third base. It's an RBI ground rule double. Jamie Keefe also points Cardullo back to third base as well. But it will be an RBI double for Jerry Downs, and the shutout is averted. Dave Island comes out to have a talk with Quillins.
Just want a free jewelry cleaning and inspection courtesy of Simon Jewelers.
Stephen Cardullo is going down into the Rockers dugout now. Jamie Keefe is still yelling for him to go out there. Put away his batting gloves, and now he's walking back over to third base.
Figured he'd save a trip to first base, Coach Billy Moore, make it easy.
Now to bring up Giovanni Alfonso, who is singled and walked today. He's got 2 runners in scoring position. For Jerry Downs, that is his 47th RBI of the year. Which ties Jared Mitchell for the team lead. Alfonso swings, lofts a foul ball up and out of play down the right field side, 0-1. Alfonso's average up a tick tonight to 285. Quillins kicks and deals. Alfonso swings. Fly ball to right field. Should be no problem for Choice. And it is the final out of the inning. Rockers get 1, an inch just a little bit closer to Lexington. We go to the 8th inning of play. Legends 5, Rockers 1 on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Join us on Instagram at the Pigeon Kitchen for weekly updates on food and food special. Come check out our unique dining experience at the Looking at Tools Point Stadium as we offer delicious food and a great time. Fans, direct your attention to the field where you are now to witness the most exciting game of the Rocker Ball. Brought to you by Health First. Be sure to cheer them on. All right, Shayla, take it away.
Okay, Rockers fans, I am down here with Nolan and Dylan. They are going to go head-to-head for Rocker Ball. That's 2 out of 3. Are you boys ready? 3, 2, 1, Rocker Ball. Full speed ahead. Oh!
Top of the 8th inning, 5-1 your score in favor of the visiting Legends. Kedrick Fruits, David Blake here with you in the late stages of this Wednesday night here at Truist Point. Ryan Chafee back out. Try to go for a full inning of work after coming in, striking out Tillman Pugh and Brian Quillens in the 7th inning with a runner at third base. So face Choice, Artson, and Romanski. Michael Choice today, a couple of base hits, 2 for 3. Derek Reddy, who's acting as the first base coach, heading down to his position down the first base line. And Chafee's ready to go, deals first pitch just upstairs in the count, 1-0 to Choice. Michael Choice, 3 for 7 so far as a Legend, as Chafee hums one up at his head and has to back him out, count 2-0. Lexington has scored 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 7th. High Point has only been able to muster 1, that just coming in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-0, a fastball, strike at the knees, count 2-1. Chafee works the third base side of the rubber, kicks and deals a nice curveball. Choice swings over in the count 2-2. Chafee rocking the high socks, as is the left side of the Rockers infield of Martinez and Alfonso. Tries to go back with the same pitch, but cannot get Choice to chase this time, and the count is 3-2. Right-hander up in the bullpen for the Legends. Here's the 3-2, swung on, popped up out of play down the first base side. Jerry Downs takes one step towards it, realizes there's no point. Chafee comes set, another 3-2 coming here. Fastball down low, and it gets away from Galino, but Michael Choice trotting down to first base. Will not entertain any ideas of trying to head on any further, as Galino's got that ball and is already traded with home plate umpire Mario Rosas. And that brings up Omar Artson, 0 for 4 today.
Time for a check of the Atlantic League scoreboard, brought to you by Ginny Mar Cruise Planners. 1-game final, Ducks walk off against the Blue Crabs 3-2, final in 8. Second game already underway. Ducks lead 1-0.
First pitch to Artson, fouls it up overhead, 0-1.
Lancaster and York postponed due to rain. Bottom of the 7th inning, Gastonia all over West Virginia. It's an 8-0 ball game. The Honey Hunters try and climb back tied for first place in the South Division in the second half.
Well, the good thing is Chafee spikes that one, count 1-1. If those two teams keep dueling it out and splitting games, it doesn't allow one of them to run away from the pack in the way that Lexington did in the first half. One ball, one strike. And this one hit up in the air down the right field line, and this one gets out of play. Count 1-2 now. Cooper Casad runs out and hands a couple of baseballs to Mario Rosas. Cooper Casad, tomorrow's starter, should be a good matchup. Casad versus former big leaguer J.J. Hoover. We talked about how much we've seen Henry Owens this year. This is a ground ball over to third base. Martinez having to wait on it, only play to first in time. Retires Artson, that's out number 1. Michael Choice heads to second. That'll bring up Jake Romanski, who's 1 for 3 rather. talking about all the big leaguers and how often we've seen Henry Owens this year. J.J. Hoover's another guy that seems like every series it's Henry Owens, J.J. Hoover, and somebody else, usually Sean Blackwell.
We're going to see the two of them next series as well.
With the Rockers and Legends playing 6 games in a row next week, not only will you see all the starters, but unless you also see a bullpen game, you're going to see a starter twice. First pitch to Romanski, swings, fouls this one up out of play. And the count 0-1. Chafee asks for new baseball and gets it. Starters have not been named for the weekend series against the West Virginia Power. We expect Lawrence will probably pitch the second game. That one spiked in the dirt. Good block by Galino, and the count is 1-1. That would put, I believe, Hensley on position to pitch the third game, but the first game is where the question's going to come in. Whether we see Craig Stem, whether we see a bullpen game. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. I'll tell you what, with how well the bullpen responded last time we saw a bullpen game, Jamie Keefe wouldn't be opposed to doing it again, especially considering how last time they needed Tommy Lawrence to offset it with a great game, and he went into the 9th inning. Here comes the 1-2. Off speed, down low, good block by Galino, count 2-2. Still one out in the top of the 8th. Chafee comes set, ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch to Romanski. Here it comes, fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. For Ryan Chafee, is his 3rd strikeout of his outing. For Romanski, that is his 3rd strikeout of the night. That brings up Sam Claycamp, who's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Credit Chafee's piled up the strikeouts and make sure he gets that first pitch strike. That's the most important thing we've seen from any Rackers pitchers this year. When they get the first pitch strike, the outs come, and so do the strikeouts.
That is the 12th time that a Lexington hitter has struck out tonight, as that pitch is a called strike. That ties the season high for most strikeouts by the Rockers pitching staff in a single game. Runner on second base with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. That one swung on and missed and kind of clocked off of the front of Galino's mask and rolled up the line, and that allows the base runner Michael Choice to head over to third. So the count 0-2. But on the wild pitch, Choice is now 90 feet away from scoring. Count 0-2 to Claycamp. Chafee comes set, third base side. Here is the 0-2. High fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that 13th strikeout of the night is the most by a Rockers pitching staff this year. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still 5-1 in favor of Lexington. The Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Now pitching right-hander Jeremy Jeffers. This called the bullpen is sponsored by Cricket Wireless, working hard to keep you connected and safe. Keep your cricket service today.
Bottom of the 8th inning. Changes on both sides. First for the High Point Rockers, the pinch hitter for the pitcher spot will be Jared Mitchell. And for the Legends, a new pitcher following 2 innings of work from Quillens, which he gave up 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. For the second day in a row, it's Jeremy Jeffress.
Jeffress on the year making his 12th appearance, 10.13 the ERA in 10 2/3 innings pitched, 10 walks, 15 strikeouts, opponents hitting .273 against him.
Jeffress looked very gettable yesterday. Walked 2, but ended up not giving up a run in that inning. Jared Mitchell will be the first one to deal with him. Jay Gonzalez and Michael Galino. Mitchell hitting .243, 12 home runs, 47 batted in, which now ties Jerry Downs for the team lead. Right-hander up in the bullpen for the Rockers, I believe it is Chase Ingram. Jeffress comes set and deals first pitch of the at-bat, fastball. Mitchell smacks back to the screen in the count 0-1.
Good cut.
Well, a guy like Jared Mitchell, who started almost every single game this year, not really been used much in pinch hitting roles as he swings and misses through the fastball, and they count 0-2. In fact, as a pinch hitter this year, this is his first at-bat. The 0-2 fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Couldn't catch up to the high cheese, and that is out number 1 here in the 8th inning. Brings up Jay Gonzalez, who's reached on a fielder's choice today, but that's it otherwise. Gonzalez stepping in from that right-handed side, or the left-handed side rather, to face the right-handed Jeffress. And Jeffress with a curveball at the knees, count 0-1. Well, the series ends tomorrow night, 7:05. It is dollar beer night here at Truist Point. Don't want to miss that. Get off of work and come out to the ballpark. Dinner and dollar beer night sounds like a plan. Here comes the 0-1, fastball down low, 1-1. Then Friday, post-game fireworks, which you can watch from the field. Also going to be Halloween night on Friday the 13th. Be sure to dress up. Are you gonna dress up? I know you like to get in on some of the.
Oh, 100%. 80s night on Saturday. I got it all planned.
Fastball. This one just below the zone. Count 2-1. The 80s night, yeah, you mentioned that on, that's coming up on Saturday, before the game Saturday. It's the Forward High Point Rock the Point concert series, 4 o'clock, featuring Radio Revolver. Can you give us any hints into your 80s night?
Not at all.
Nope, okay.
It's a very top secret.
Curveball hit on the ground towards first, right down the line. Clay Camp takes it himself and retires Jay Gonzalez out number 2.
Now batting Mike Galino.
Mike Galino, the batter. He's 1 for 2 tonight. A single, a strikeout, and a walk. Here comes the first pitch from Jeffers. Fastball. Catches the zone and the count 0-1. J.R.D. Sarcina waits on deck. Jeffers takes a long look in. And here comes the 0-1 to Galino. Another off-speed pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. And they count 0-2. Yeah, 80s night should be a lot of fun. A lot of really good 80s music. I'm sure we'll see some 80s movie clips. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball. That one misses away. 1-2. Well, if we were in Gastonia, we know they'd show you a clip from a movie and then ask a fan to identify the movie in between innings. I think they've done that almost every day that we've been there.
It's a staple at Caramont Health Park.
Timeout called at the plate. And Galino steps back in, ready to continue the at-bat. And Jeffers comes set. And here comes the 1-2. That one down in the dirt, scooped up by Romanski. Count 2-2 now. And of course, to round out the weekend on Sunday, 5:05 as the Rockers conclude the West Virginia series. It's Family Fun Day presented by Bethany Medical. Kids can run the bases after the game. Here comes the 2-2 curveball. Galino holds off on it this time, and the count runs full. And the craziest part about that, after Sunday's game, the homestand's still not over. 3 more games against these same Lexington legends. And then it's over, and the Rockers go on the road.
And then they're right back.
And then they're right back, yep. The 3-2 fastball, and that's strike 3 looking. Galino thought it was inside, but Mario Rosas rings him up. Jeffers strikes out 2 out of 3, and we go to the 9th inning. Score 5-1 Lexington on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Out of the park, Wesleyan Christian Academy, High Point Friends School, Piedmont School, and Westchester Covering Day School. Offer students the opportunity to grow and learn in a fun and competitive environment. For more information, visit each school's website and get your child started on the path to success today.
The Hyper University will focus on preparing students for the role that is going to be. I'm Sid Martin, and I am proud to be High Point University's sports executive resident.
Truist Point is more than just a home of the High Point Rockers. It's up to the most fun-filled athletic league for adults in the Triad, the Rocky Kickball League. Be a spectator August 16th and 23rd as our kickball team is battling their way to victory during the playoffs. Enjoy great food and an exciting atmosphere here at Truist. Now pitching the 30 James Negro. This ball of bullpen is sponsored by Community Wireless, working hard to keep you connected and safe. Perfect service today.
Top of the 9th inning, and the Rockers will go to the bullpen. Chase Ingram getting the ball. Ryan Chafee did a very, very nice job. Walked 1 in an inning and 2/3, but struck out 4. Handed over to another young newcomer.
Chase Ingram in the ball game from the right side made his only appearance of the season on Saturday against the Ducks. 1 inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout.
Ingram will be facing 9, 1, and 2. That's Fernacci, Aklinski, and Baldachin. As we wrap things up here this evening, just 1 inning left to play. Don't forget to stick around after the game for the Rickster's Grill postgame show. Rickster's Grill is the official postgame hangout of the High Point Rockers. Ingram deals the final warm-up toss, or he's got, if that was his final one. Galino didn't seem to know if he was throwing it to second or back to the mound.
Top of the ninth, now batting,
As
Fernacci.
well, Hype was about to do the worm over there on the dugout. He just laid down on his stomach for a moment. Fernacci on the day, 0 for 2, has been hit by a pitch and has scored. And the first pitch from Ingram, fastball, catches the inside part of the zone, strike 1. Right-hander up in the bullpen for Lexington. Nobody in the bullpen for High Point, although Albert Gonzalez is walking back down there just in case. 0-1, swung on, fouled back to the screen, count 0-2. Although, so far for Ingram and for what we saw last time from him, really not a whole lot of need for just in case. He looked pretty good last time out. Kicks and fires, off-speed pitch down low. And the count of ball and 2 strikes. Ingram reached Class A with the New York Mets. Part of the trade that sent Ricky Knapp to New Jersey of the Frontier League. Happening at the end of the first half. That pitch just below the zone, count 2-2. I'll tell you what, Jamie Keefe, very good eye for talent. He knew exactly what he wanted to get, and he went out and got him. Here comes the 2-2. That's down, spiked in the dirt, and the count goes full after 2 quick strikes. Chase Ingram has missed on 3 consecutive pitches. Really want to get Fernacci before going back around to the top of the lineup again. Here comes the 3-2. Fastball, and that one misses down low, ball 4. So 4 consecutive misses. Puts the leadoff man aboard in the top of the 9th inning. Ben Aklinski, the batter, who is 1 for 3, a single, a walk, a run scored. Second night in a row, the Rockers have not turned a double play. Pitch down low. And the count 1-0. In fact, you can extend the streak even further. They did not turn a double play in the series finale against the Ducks either. Double plays are very interesting with this Rockers team. They come in bunches or they don't come at all. The 1-0. The curveball drops right in for a strike, and the count 1-1.
They were a team that at one point this year was really cruising with the league lead. Kind of tapered off since.
Bryce Hensley and Craig Stem, the leading pitchers on this team as far as inducing double play balls. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Top of the off-speed pitch was Aklinski. And the count 1-2. Mitch Atkins struck out 8. Chafee struck out 4. And we'll Chase Ingram add to the list? This one hit on the ground towards Alfonso. Could be that double play. To second for one. DiSarcina's relay is not in time. Downs couldn't pick it out of the dirt. And so there's one out at second base, which is Fernacci. And Aklinski is safe at first base. Brings up Roberto Baldacchini, who was 2 for 4 today. He's got the 2 hardest parts of the cycle already checked off, although this most likely being his last at bat. Will fall 1 or 2 short. He's also got 4 RBIs today. Off-speed pitch way out in front of it in the count 0-1. Ingram deals same pitch, same result. Baldacchini out in front and on top of a pitch that just dies out of the zone. And the count quickly 0-2. A couple fans starting to work their way towards the exits here. We are a couple moments away from the 10 o'clock hour. Runner goes, here's the 0-2 down in the dirt. And Galino can't find it, as Aklinski will head in with a stolen base. For Ben Aklinski, that is his second. Galino would have had a hard time getting him even if he had caught that ball cleanly. And once he knocked it down, he couldn't find it, didn't realize that he had knocked it straight down at his feet. Here comes the 1-2, same pitch, blocked in the dirt by Galino, and the count 2-2. That takes away the double play, at least the conventional double play. Ingram steps off the mound, Baldacchini steps out of the plate. Steps out of the box. And we'll reset everything here at the count 2-2. Nobody holding Aklinski on at second base. DiSarcina now starts to cheat in a couple of steps, but nothing more than that. This one swung on, and that's crushed. Deep into left center field, going back, and Cardullo dives. Did he come up with it? No, I don't think he did. I think the ball hopped over the wall. It did. It's a ground rule double for Roberto Baldacchini. Aklinski will score. How about this for Roberto Baldacchini? He misses the cycle by a single. Usually it's the triple or the home run that somebody misses, but Baldacchini is single short. Brings up Tillman Pugh. 1 for 3 today. They're going to put him on. That is his second walk of the day. And that sets the double play back in motion for the pitcher's spot. And we're going to see, I believe, Derek Reddy here. Yes, it will be Derek Reddy. Reddy on the year. He's hitting at 188. 3 RBIs. 1 run in here in the 9th inning. Lexington has extended their lead now 6-1. Only 8 hits for the Legends. Look at hits with runners in scoring position. It tells you all you need to know. First pitch to Reddy. Runner goes to third. Galino fires down there. Martinez can't handle it cleanly. And in safely is Roberto Baldacchini at third base. And heading to second on a delay was Tillman Pugh. For Baldacchini, his 7th. For Tillman Pugh, that is his 5th. forget what I was going to say before that pitch. Fastball. This misses inside to Derek Reddy, and the count is 2-0. Rockers infield coming in, everybody playing about on the baselines. The 2-0 swung on, hit on the ground up the middle. It'll go through into center field. Both runs will score on the RBI pinch hit single from Reddy. It is now an 8-1 score.
Credit Derek Reddy, just a good piece of hitting, waited back on the pitch. Sort of like a softball swing, slapped it back up the middle like a slap hitter you'd see in softball with the infield in. There's no one back to get it, easy base hit.
Pinch hitters have bit the Rockers recently. I think back to the Long Island series, Sal Giardina comes in as a pinch hitter and smacks a 2-run double. Brings up Michael Choice, still 1 out in the 9th inning, 3 runs already across for Lexington. Fastball in there for a strike, count 0-1. In the bottom of the 9th, the Rockers will have DeSarcina, Field, and Martinez, the 3 scheduled hitters. Off-speed pitch from Ingram misses away in the count 1-1. I'm looking forward to seeing Cooper Casad tomorrow. Had an okay start his last time out, maybe not his best, but it was a solid outing, if nothing else. And this pitch popped up behind the plate. Galino going back for it. Will he have a play? Yes, he did. Oh no, he dropped it. Galino, as the ball looked like it was kind of swirling on him a little bit, almost made a fantastic catch, but was not able to come down with it.
That's a tough play to make, one that you think is going over the netting, starts spiraling back into play, and all of a sudden you have to make the last second decision.
Ingram comes set. Here's the 1-2. This one tapped weakly foul down the third base side. Count holds. Galino goes over to it, kicks it towards the Lexington dugout. Runner on first base is Derek Reddy. There's 1 out in the inning. And Ingram comes set. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball at the knees, does not get the call. And they count 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Tonight's game has been a presentation of High Point Rockers Baseball, the Rockers Baseball Network. Any rebroadcast or retransmission of these events without the express written consent of the High Point Rockers and the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball is strictly prohibited. The 2-2, high off-speed pitch fouled off and out of play. Galino catches it on a carom. That's got to count for something, right? Reddy takes his lead off of first, not being held. And Ingram deals the 2-2. Off speed, hit on the ground towards Alfonso. This should be 2 to DeSarcina for 1. And the relay to first. A 6-4-3 double play. And that will end the 9th inning, but not before 3 runs come across for Lexington. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Rockers trail 8-1 on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
bullpen is sponsored by Cricket Wireless, hard to keep you connected and safe. Mr. Cricket service today.
Top of the 9th inning. And the Legends go to the bullpen with the Rockers down 8-1. On the mound now is Austin Adams after Jeremy Jeffress winning innings, striking out 2 and not allowing any base runners.
Adams on the year, 2.63 the ERA in 13 appearances. This is number 14. Has thrown 13 2/3 innings, 6 walks, 13 strikeouts, and 250 the opponent's batting average against.
Picked up the save last night, retiring the Rockers 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. Pinch hitting for JRD Sarcina, Randy Norris. Norris on the year, batting at .229 with 7 RBIs. Good thing. You won't see Jeffress tomorrow, you won't see Adams tomorrow, and probably won't see Quillins tomorrow as well. Rockers today have 5 hits, and they've been walked 7 times. Fastball up and in, just about clipped Norris on the front elbow, ball 1.
All we need, 7 base runners.
If you heard that fan on the crowd mic, it doesn't sound so hard as Norris swings and misses 1-1. He said, all we need is 7 base runners.
Couple bloops, couple blasts.
A couple dinks and a couple dunks. The 1-1 fastball down low, and the count 2-1 to Norris. Norris from Winston-Salem State spent some time in the San Francisco Giants organization. Adams comes set at the belt. Here comes the pitch. Norris fights it off foul down the right field side, and the count 2-2. Rockers as a team today have almost as many walks as strikeouts. They've struck out 8 times, they've walked 7. Here comes the 2-2. Norris swings, high fly ball down the right field side. It's going foul, but ball might have had home run distance had he been able to square it up. Count stays 2-2. Adams comes set at the belt. Here comes a 2-2, another fastball. Norris, a ground ball to second, takes a nice hop there for Aklinski, throws on to first in time, and that's out number 1 here in the 9th inning.
Johnny Field.
Johnny Field, the batter, for 3 tonight, also was walked. Oh, well, it's a half inning later. I remember what I was going to say now. After that Galeno pitch, I lost my train of thought. I was talking about runners in scoring position. Lexington 5 for 9 in those situations tonight. High Point 1 out of 7. First pitch to Johnny Field. Off-speed pitch strike at the knees. Count 0-1. Comes the 0-1 pitch. A fastball shatters the bat on the ground to second. Aklinski throws wide, but Claycamp able to keep a toe on the bag as that bat just disintegrated upon contact. That's the second out of the inning.
Now batting third baseman Michael Michael Martinez.
Almost wonder if he got it out near the end of the bat. Rosas hands a sharp splinter towards the bat boy. Brings up Michael Martinez. Rockers down to their final out. Martinez today, 0 for 3, also has walked. Swing and a miss on the first pitch, down and away, count 0-1. Well, Martinez has reached the 20 at-bat threshold, so he's batting .400. And here's the pitch, down low, 1-1. Well, no secret, the Rockers' offense is sputtering a little bit right now. Even if some of the run totals aren't bad, they're missing some opportunities. This one hit on the ground to first. Clay Kemp backhands, throws to first base where Adams covers, and that is the final out of this ball game. Final score, Lexington 8 and the High Point Rockers 1. Right back with the Richards Grill postgame show on the Rockers Baseball Network, driven by Van York Auto.
Tonight at 3815 Tinsley Drive in High Point. Pack the point and watch your favorite Rockers players go up against the Lexington Legends tomorrow night, August 12th. Don't miss our spectacular fireworks show and Halloween night, Friday, August 13th, after the Rockers take off with Virginia Power at 7:05 p.m. We will invite everyone to watch from the field and to dress up like your favorite spooky characters. Rockers fans, you want to dance the night away to totally tubular 80s music? Well, join us Saturday, August 14th at 7:05 p.m. for 80s night. We look forward to seeing you all there.
Welcome into the Rickster's Grill postgame show. Rickster's Grill is the official postgame hangout of the High Point Rockers. You can visit them today, 3815 Tinsley Drive in High Point. Kendrick Fruits, Javik Blake here with you as we wrap up tonight's action. The Rockers lose by a final score of 8-1 here tonight against the Lexington Legends. And despite what these Lexington ERAs are coming into this series, right now they have just handcuffed these High Point batters who not figured out what to do with them yet.
They really have. They've done a great job. And you got to give credit where credit's due. This is a team that, with runners on base, it does not faze them one bit. Time after time again, they weave in and out of tough situations. And it's a pitching staff that is currently rolling. They came off a weekend where nothing went right against Gastonia, and the nature that baseball is, came out, first 2 games of this series and have completely dominated on the mound.
They've looked really, really good, allowing 5 runs in the first game and 1 here tonight. Lexington gets on the board in the 3rd inning. Roberto Baldacchini, a solo home run off of Mitch Atkins, makes it a 1-0 ball game. And then we get their final run off of Mitch Atkins the following inning. Michael Choice came around to score on the base hit by Jay Grabansky, 2-0 your score. At that point, Rockers go to the bullpen, and that's when Lexington starts to explode a little bit. Sam Claycamp reaches on a walk. Fornacci hit by a pitch. Klinsky singles to load the bases. Roberto Baldacchini, well, he drives them all in with a triple. Bases clearing triple makes it 5-0, and then we go to the bottom half of that inning, and the Rockers finally get on the board. Michael Russell comes in and scores on Jerry Downs' ground rule double, his 47th run batted in of the year. Then the top of the 9th inning, and Lexington puts it away. Klinsky scores on Baldacchini's double. Roberto Baldacchini tonight, 5 RBIs. Tillman Pugh would intentionally walk, and Courtney Hawkins would drive in a couple with his infield single for Hawkins' RBIs number 32 and 33. Final score 9. Check that, 8-1 Lexington.
And Lexington this series, it's been the late innings. 6 runs in innings 7 through 9 tonight. 5 runs in the final 3 innings last night. That is now 11 runs scored in this series from 11 runs scored from the 7th inning onward. It has been just an offensive masterpiece in the late innings, taking advantage of a Rockers bullpen that has some pieces missing, and a bullpen that's has guys just trying to get comfortable in the situation. Final time of the game, 3 hours and 10 minutes. The attendance, 1,486. It's time to go around the Atlantic League one final time, brought to you by Ginny Maurer. Cruise Planners final in game 1 of a doubleheader. Long Island 3, Southern Maryland 2. The Ducks walking off in 8 innings in game 2. Middle of the 4th inning, Long Island 2, Blue Crabs nothing. York and Lancaster postponed due to rain, and Gastonia takes down West Virginia 10-5 the final in Gastonia.
Winning pitcher tonight is Eli Garcia, improves to 3-0 on the year. Mitch Atkins takes the loss. His first of the year falls to 1-1. Rockers fall to 33-34. Lexington improves to 37-27. Rockers fall out of 2-5 in the second half. Time to hand out a game ball for today, and well, I think I'm gonna go with Mitch Atkins today. 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, 8 strikeouts, a season high. Rockers were on their way to striking out a season high of 13 hitters for or against Lexington tonight, and I think at the end of the day, Mitch Atkins put together just a really, really solid outing, and he gets my game ball. Just didn't get the help from the offensive side.
Well, starting to really think alike. I got Mitch Atkins as well. 8 strikeouts, looked really good with that slider off the outside corner. And you said it best. He pitched well, and he pitched well enough to get a victory. The only problem was the offense just didn't get him the help that he needed. And that's been a thing for Atkins a couple of times this year. Puts in a good start, doesn't get the support he might need, and ends up on either a no decision or this time falls to the loss for the first time this year.
He and Craig Sten know that feeling very, very well this year. Well, the series ends tomorrow, 7:05 your start time, and we'll be on air at 6:30 on MixLR, YouTube at 6:50 as the Rockers and Legends finish up this week, this 3-game series on Dollar Beer Night tomorrow. And then don't worry, they have a 6-game series, if you will, 3 games at home, 3 games on the road next week. So it's the final times they'll see the Lexington Legends, so running out of time to make these head-to-head battles count. Tomorrow again, 7:05 first pitch. We'll be on the air at 6:30. Javik, final thoughts here tonight.
It's a game for the Rockers. We said the same thing last night. It's a game which you forget about quickly and just move on to tomorrow. It was a tough loss, but you got to look at the start of Mitch Atkins and be happy with how he pitched. And again, the offense just kind of has to get things going. They've been sputtering the last couple of days, but it's a squad with the talent to break out soon.
They do, and we keep saying it's another game to flush down the toilet. There's a lot of those. You might have to call the plumber soon and empty up those clogged pipes. But like you said, this is a team with a lot of talent, a team that can get it done. We're just waiting to see them string together a couple of victories again, because like we saw a couple weeks ago, when this team gets hot, I don't think there's a team in the Atlantic League that can beat them, and we'll see if tomorrow maybe is the start of that run. Final score tonight, Lexington 8 and the High Point Rockers 1. That'll do it for us tonight. For everybody down in the control room and the Rockers Baseball Network, and Javik Blake, I'm Kendrick Fruit saying have a rockin' evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.